Yep. They used to be in the Quaaludes and all the
Well,
shit.
yeah,
All of
he's
that
just
shit.
he's the new puppet. Like he's the new
Rick
puppet.
James,
You know?
listen, Rick James made Mary Jane, man. I'm in love with Mary Jane. Everybody knew what the fuck he was talking about. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know what I'm saying? So what I mean is like, like you said, you can be look, man, Donald Trump got this nigga out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like he didn't just get out from some just petty governor. This motherfucker got out from the head honcho himself. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, if you ain't doing what these people uh, do, then you know what I'm saying? Because what they saying with
But
Kodak Black,
you know what's crazy about that? Like I recognize these tricks that these people try to lay out for us. You know what I'm saying? Now you try to have a better rapport
Right.
with me, or you try to have a better rapport with black people, you know, for that matter, because you pardon Kodak Black. I don't need you to pardon Kodak Black because look, in what and a year later he's back in court again,
is
back
back.
in trouble again. I need
Right.
you to Kodak. I need
Right.
Asada Shakur to be pardoned. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
Right.
Like
right.
I
Right.
need you know
For sure.
y'all talk about like this dude said he gonna go that they was gonna go and get Asada Shakur from Cuba, but you pardon Kodak
Yep.
Black?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nah,
Right.
man, it should be the
Mumia
other way
Abu-Jamal.
around.
Yeah,
Right.
Mumia too. Yes, sir.
You know,
Yeah.
we
Bennett
gotta pay
Felter.
attention we gotta pay attention to these tricks and how they try to get us, man. Like
You know,
Right.
just like recently, they opened up like you said that they opened up the place, the supermarket in
yeah,
Buffalo, right?
tops. Yeah.
Now, to my
Yeah.
understanding, you're saying that they renovated this place and made it a little more better, right?
Hell yeah. State of art.
Now,
Yep.
the thing is that all right, with the Uvalde Joan that happened after that, right? They decided to tear the Uvalde building to the ground and build up a brand new one,
Yes, sir.
build
Right.
up a new school.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Why you couldn't do the
Right.
same thing for the supermarket?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? Why did
Mm-hmm.
y'all could have tore that old building down and y'all could have built up a place with a park and some other nice things that just completely changes
Right.
the layout so people are not reminded of what happened here.
Yes,
But you know,
sir.
it reminds
Right.
me of when I used to work at when I used to do cable for the housing authority. So
Mm-hmm.
I was in a unit where somebody had committed suicide and PHA came in, like the person shot themselves in the head in the bathroom, and they found this person laid on dead on the bathroom. They
Right.
picked out the towels on the ground where this person was laying at. They plastered the hole from the gunshot wound in the door from the gunshot in the door. They plastered it. They didn't even change the door. They just plastered the door. You can see the plaster where the gunshot was at. You can see the towels where they removed them at where this dude was laid out on the ground. So even though they in their mind they renovated this unit, but anybody who goes in this unit can clearly see that something happened to somebody in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
all they gotta do, and all people got to do is tell you your neighbors will tell you, oh yeah, so and so killed themselves in that bathroom right there, and then you'll see it. You can see, okay, look at the tiles, it's different colors, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
big plastic thing over this wooden door.
Yes. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir. Yo,
You
but
know,
the,
Yep.
man, it's
the,
What's
like
up with the
we see
closet?
these tricks.
I see it.
the reality is we desensitized to this shit. Like, you know how many you know, I can't walk down the street in Buffalo without walking past one of them teddy bears. You know what I'm saying? With the
Mm-hmm.
light
Right.
poles with the teddy bears and
Right.
the shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying like we become
Man,
desensitized. But you know,
California.
in our lives from a baby, we've seen over 100 million deaths on TV. From
Mm-hmm.
Terminator to get out.
Right.
Stop.
Right. You know, and
And
this
like
whole argument about gun control, right? I don't see and this whole gun control. How can you have a gun control argument without Nintendo, without Nerf, without the people who make Super Soakers, without Sega and PlayStation and Call of Duty and Rockstar?
Right.
We
Right.
gotta have if you want to have a real conversation about gun control, let's start at this with the core root of it. When you romanticize guns and murdering children, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, listen, it's hot. Look, right now in Philly, it's 90 degrees right now, right? It's hot as hell, right? So ain't nothing wrong with fun. It's nothing wrong with fun in the summer. There's nothing wrong with summer fun, getting wet, getting in the water.
Right.
But why you gotta make the gun look like an assault rifle? Why why the water gun gotta look like the damn predator gun?
For sure.
There's a better way to shoot water to not make it look like a damn gun.
Yeah.
Why? You know what's up with Nerf? These Gatling gun style foam missiles that they shooting at. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get these kids to love shooting big, high-powered assault rifles, and then when they get grown, what they do? They get the real thing.
Khalid.
So if you want to stop these people from romanticizing murder and having this infatuation with guns, then stop selling kids toy guns.
Listen, Khalid. Listen, this is simple, man. Look, you know what's the strongest entity America has right now?
Dorsey stuff.
Entertainment.
Nah, not even that. It's military force.
Okay.
Now all of this is designed to get the child to want to join and fight for their country. Now, violence is added on because you suffer from what's around you in your environment. But nevertheless, the real goal of Call of Duty is for you to romanticize fighting for your country. You know, this is why they used to show like Rambo in these African villages. You know what I'm saying? They used to show these movies particularly so they can get the next generation of soldiers want to be like Rambo. America does the same thing. Let me ask you, what's the difference between a little girl getting a baby doll and us paying cops and robbers with toy guns and shit?
Because you can't commit a mass shooting with a baby doll.
But
or even a child for that matter. You know what I'm saying?
But the point is to prepare you for the future.
Right.
Right. So
that's what I'm saying. You know, America gets what they put. They get what they invest in. So you invested in people. Like I remember, we had a young boy on the block, and all he used to play was Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto. He had all the little Nerf guns, all of it, and we used to be like, he gonna be a sniper. He gonna be a sniper. Yo, why is that a joke? Why is that a joke? Because there's some truth in that. It's like, all right, we understand that having that much access to toys that look like guns and having this infatuation with projectile weapons will lead to something. Whether he is enlisted and goes to the army and becomes the next, hoorah, catch and kill, you know what I mean, sniper gold medal dude, or he's going to be in the streets causing chaos.
That's right, and which benefits them on both sides. Because if he goes to prison, he's still in the same industrial complex.
And that's what I'm pointing out, the hypocrisy about this whole gun control, because y'all want this. This is America getting what they wanted. They signed up. They signed your kids up to be mass shooters. You know what I'm saying? Now look, a lot of your kids, you think your kids is sweet little boys and girls. Go look at their kill rate on the goddamn video game. Some of them have killed millions of people already digitally in the damn video game. They killed millions of people.
Listen. Here's a fact. There were more stabbings last year than there were shootings. Stabbing deaths. Nobody's trying to ban knives.
Right.
Car accidents. There were more car accidents, deaths, than shootings. Are we going to not drive?
Right. And like I was pointing out to people that every country that had that basically disarmed themselves and said that guns were bad later led into concentration camps.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
Hitler did what America's trying to do now. They're trying to strip you from your firearm. The next
Right.
wave.
Fine.
They demonize guns, and then they start putting people in concentration camps.
Hey,
but what
I just talked to somebody that was in one.
What I mean is this, like, I want to speak on the hypocrisy that you spoke on earlier, is how do you do that and you give us guns and entertainment? How do you do that? How do you take guns away from us when our rappers are shown on their album covers with the biggest guns in the world?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like
you can't give us a romanticized
like today's Rambo is not an actor, he's a rapper.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a person on coming out with a movie on Netflix shooting up 100 people. It's a rapper with a concert coming up next week, and word on the street is this dude has shot 1 million people, or he's even looking like he's shooting somebody in the music video. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In one verse, they kill 1,000 people with 10 different guns.
Right.
Every song,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? So today's Rambo is a rapper. He doesn't hold an assault rifle. He holds a microphone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's the same energy, you know, but it's going in the wrong direction. So instead of trying to get these kids into the army and fight for their country, you're getting them to fight each other on the street and then go to jail or go to court and fight the judge.
Yo, but what I mean is this: everything falls on interest. The interest of the holders who have these companies, these corporations, these organizations.
Or angry poet. Yep.
So what I mean is, like, whether you playing tennis on both sides, from the military to the streets, it all boils down to prison and this prison industrial population. Like, the biggest thing America has is the military and this prison industrial complex.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because with the prison industrial complex, you get free labor. Now people are privatizing shit. You know, even us, we can fucking put fucking stocks behind prison now. Get some beds in that motherfucker. If we want to be moralists, right? But if we want to fight for the rights of America, you know, in the interest to keep crack cocaine in the community, the interest to keep these shooters in the community, the interest of keeping low wages and shit, then that's what you do. You go over there and you fight for America's interest to keep us in this impoverished state. So what I mean is, on both sides of the board, this shit is wrong. You know, here's what the white man do. The white man give you two forms of crack. He give you the best shit, and he give you the worst shit, right? And you complain about the worst shit and try to get the best, but either way it goes, he got you.
Right.
You know, that's like the FDA gives you bad food, and they give you the medicine to cure you, which the food making you sick in the first place. Right. So they all about catch-22.
And you know, and it's arguable that if they training kids to kill, do they benefit more off of a mass shooter than an army soldier? Somebody killing somebody here or killing somebody abroad. And it's like, all right, you can't get a mortician. You don't have to worry about any burial procedures or funeral processions or a mortician or anything like that if you kill somebody abroad. But if you if you create a mass shooter over here, for every person that they kill, there's going to be a funeral, there's going to be an investigation, there's going to be an autopsy, there's going to be a casket. So these people stand to make more money off of training somebody to shoot up their own people than to shoot up somebody overseas now. Think about it.
Hey, Walt, let me jump in right here real quick.
So, not to mention this.
It's funny that y'all talking about shoot. Can y'all hear me?
No, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Listen, this is why I'm late for work. The boy at the corner store just got killed, yo. The owner.
God damn.
They got the block locked down, right? They ain't disappeared.
I'm here. Hold on. Oh. I'm in the back. I'm listening in the back.
You talking about in Philly?
Yeah, right on my block, right outside my crib.
Oh wow.
I don't know if Walt knows
Mm-hmm.
this dude. I know he went to a couple of these stores around here, but
All right.
the police had the block blocked off. Construction got the other end of the block blocked off because they digging the street up. Some dude
Right.
moved the barrier out the way and drove his car by, drove through the construction through some wet cement, messed up their whole project, and messed his car up.
Damn.
While the police is investigating this murder. All this shit gonna be on the news.
Damn.
Mm.
It's
Live.
getting, you know what I'm saying?
Live and direct.
It's getting hot, and the weather
Yep.
is up. And, we don't have enough on our to be proactive in what we do. You know,
Not
the
like
reason.
here's the thing. Like
Man,
we would like the boy he got shot at in the you said the person got shot at work and shit, right? Now we were saying like we were just saying how like you know, is it more beneficial to create for these people to create a mass shooter or to create a soldier? You know what I'm saying? So
Wait, hold on.
what's your take on that? You know, given that you know you just really just experienced a situation involving a shooting in your neighborhood. Do you think that this person is like a tough guy or a street hood dude or something? Somebody who's got something to prove? Was it an unnecessary shooting? You know what I'm saying? What's your take on that?
Yo, can I say something, right?
Oh yeah, my fault.
I've been shot 2 times on 2 different occasions, you know, and I remember like being young and shit, being shot. Like, you know, first time I think I was like 16, 17. The second time I was like 19 and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I remember like the glorification behind all of that shit. Feeling invincible and shit. And like sometimes that shit can hold more psychological issues than we know. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of these traumatic situations. You know, like
why did somebody shoot you?
Huh?
Why did somebody shoot you?
I'm saying, like, you know, first, I mean, both times was robbery. You know what I'm saying? When we live in a community where, you know, first of all, Buffalo is always been like one of the poorest cities in America. So, you know, if you know how crabs in the bucket kind of fit, then you know it's kind of easy to assess how things can you know, transpire. You know, especially between the haves and the haves not. You know, so even if it appeared that you have, you can be looked at as a target and shit, right? So, you know,
Right.
I don't want to assume on somebody other and why they did what they did. You know what I'm saying? But I just know that it happened. And coming out of that was more psychological issues for me than anything, right? And if I don't get that shit untreated, then I build on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Like,
I always ask people why they got shot whenever somebody tells me they got shot, because I'm from North Philly. You know what I'm saying? And all that you just described, that's the capital of that. So, you know,
I mean, jealousy and envy, you know, is in every organization.
hell
You know,
yeah.
I mean, but you know, we have our extremists. You know, like Nipsey Hussle, for example. We just got over Nipsey Hussle case, and then, you know, if you want to make a conclusion behind it, you know, you'll say that he died from jealousy and envy. You know what I'm saying?
No, he died because he was talking tough.
You can say that. You know what I'm saying? But there's
That's
still
the only reason. That's the single reason. There's nothing else attached to that. Zero. I'm from the hood and I know how this works. Tough guys be out here talking tough. And what people don't understand is when you see the news and you see all these shootings and stuff, that's not just Ray's putting in work and robbing people. A lot of that is niggas who don't care about tough guys. And people don't understand that.
Well, let me
like more than half of it. Like, cause I went to jail. I did a 10-year bid. I've shot dozens of niggas. I'm not no menace. I'm not no Ray Ray. I'm not in no gang. I ain't none of that. I'm one of these niggas that just don't care about tough guys. You know what I mean? They tough guys think the buck stops where they are, but they don't understand that there's levels to this. There's people over them that don't care about them or their machine guns or their flags, or none, and that's why they die all the time. If you notice that, like a lot of gangsters and hard niggas are in the graveyard. A lot of them. It might be a million of them.
Right. So
It's a farce, yo, and the whole world has it twisted. The whole planet has it twisted about the hood.
Right? Somebody testified that Eric Holder will pull out guns on people who didn't want to listen to his music.
Damn.
Now we're aware of that, right? Like he would literally pull out, you know what I'm saying? Like to get people to listen to his music. He claimed that he had a mental issue. And outside of a mental hospital when they caught him. That was his whole defense, right?
Damn.
So when I'm saying, argue about this, you know what I'm saying, whether how it happened, who it happened to, but when jealousy and envy seem to be the root of all of this shit. You know, when you put the haves and the have, like the haves and the have not together, I'm starving, and you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna go down.
Yo, I really believe that more than half. I got an echo?
Yeah, we got.
I shouldn't have no echo. The fuck?
No, that wasn't an echo. It just stuttered.
Oh.
You could hear it just stutter.
That ain't cool. That ain't cool.
Yeah, I know it wasn't an echo. Like more like a stutter.
Back in.
My phone, I'm outside in this heat. My phone had got open.
Mm-hmm. You hear? Yeah, we still got.
I can hear you. Mm-hmm.
He did something to the audio. Can y'all hear me?
Clear, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
I get that echo after.
Somebody said there's an echo. Somebody wrote us an echo. I don't know.
Oh. You there, Reese? Oh, you on mute.
Do I have an echo?
Nope.
I don't.
Do I? Nope.
I didn't do anything. I didn't change anything.
That was when Khalid came in. Are you off of mute?
Yeah, I'm off of mute. You can hear me? You can't hear me?
Black on? Yeah, I can hear you. Poke. We black
He's
on?
muted.
Oh, unmute.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Now where we left off at? There go that the echo again. What's up with that?
All right. Akasha can hear us. Shout out to Akasha. Been buzzed in with the show. It's only. Yep. We got Philadelphia. We got Buffalo in the house. We got
That's
Philly
right.
in the house. We got California in the house. It's selling.
I can't hear
Echo
Mark.
again.
Yeah, it's all echoed now.
Mm-hmm.
Is that them people's listening?
Man, they done shut us down before, right in the middle of the joint.
Mm-hmm. Right at the halfway mark. Filmo. Okay. For Sully.
You know, we were just talking about Rico and shit.
Mm-hmm. Salute to Filmo.
Yes, sir.
Yo, text him and tell him we can't hear him.
Yep. Oh,
You
yeah,
still hear
he's
the
buzzed
echo?
out.
Do you still hear the echo?
Yeah, that was Khaled. Yeah. So now where we was at, this was an interesting conversation we was having? I think we was talking about
Yeah,
jealousy and envy.
We was talking
Yeah.
about violence, kind of, you know,
Yeah.
and I chimed in about what happened outside, and then you
Right.
chimed in about your situation when you got shot. You said it was a jealousy type situation.
Well, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like it was my situation was random. Like I didn't know both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like first time I was hustling, you know what I'm saying, and ran up in the spot and I got it. Well, that's the second time, you know what I'm saying? But each time was on some robbery shit. And let's not to say, this ain't Vlad or nothing. I'm not trying to confess my crimes, but I did my fair share of situations, and I think that the main motive
I already
to
been
it probably
convicted.
was
That's
like
why I don't
money.
care.
Huh?
I already been convicted, so that's why I don't care. I did my time and all of that.
Yeah, but they got a phrase where you say, you let sleeping dogs lie, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen, you can't erase reality.
Yeah,
you can't get rid of your demons once they're for life. It's like a tattoo. Once you put in some work, it's there with you for life. You can't get rid of it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But sometimes people often blur the lines between glorification and reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example,
how can you glorify being violent? Being violent is dickhead shit.
Listen, let me ask you. Let me put it to you like this. A lot of men been molested, but a lot of them don't talk about that shit. They ain't going.
All of the thugs been molested. All of them.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you don't have a fluctuation of people on wax talking about I did this or they touched me or nothing. That's just some shit that they keep to themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got a bunch of rappers.
It ain't no albums out. Like he felt me and shit. That'd be the name of the album.
Even though it happened,
the back door.
It's a reality. Right? Some shit.
Daddy's problems.
Yeah. So
no, that ain't funny, man. Cause listen, motherfuckers that happened to, they out here in pain, man. These the ones that's walking around with machine guns. Like I wish you would. I'm dead ass.
Facts. But they can talk about.
Pun intended.
They can talk. But what I'm saying is the hypocrisy in it. It's cool to talk about how many people you laid down, until it's time to talk about how many times you've been laid down. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and we can say that both stories is a part of that individual. When they talk about R. Kelly and shit, they say the main thing that R. Kelly suffered from was because he was touched by his sister, right? But you ain't hear none of that shit on wax. You didn't hear bump and grind with my sister. You know what I'm saying? And, you didn't correlate age ain't nothing but a number to him being fucked in the booty hole and shit. They got
I still can't figure out what this nigga is in jail for. What crime did he commit?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. I'm saying.
I mean, he belongs in a box. He's crazy, but legally, what did the nigga do? Like, I didn't follow the case or nothing, but I ain't hearing nothing solid. All I'm hearing is that people telling me that he manipulated women, and manipulating women is not a fucking crime.
Well, they do have like underage. They got them on some underage shit with that Leah shit. That shit came up. She was underage.
Yeah, so but was he charged with that?
That's what we talking about. You know.
Do you know that where him and Leah did their thing at, it was legal?
Well, listen. Let me put it to you like this, right? The parents got exonerated, right?
Right.
Because of course, if you fucking with somebody younger, there would have to be either parental consent or the person is old enough to consent. And a lot of a lot of them parents knew what was going on. In fact, they got one girl saying that she raised her daughter to be groomed with R. Kelly. That's how she was born. You know what I'm saying?
What was his charges? What was he charged with?
This is what I'm saying. He's charged with pedophilia.
Okay.
And trafficking.
Taking women over under state lines and shit like that. That type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Transporting women.
Listen, I'm still getting the crime part. All right, he was taking chicks from state to state.
Yeah, but
was he abusing these women?
That crime in itself. That is a crime in itself. Even if you take a broad from California to Reno or take them to anywhere outside the state, That's
and she
interstate trafficking.
15,
You know what I mean? Like,
and she
I've
15.
drove all
That's
over
trafficking.
America with women.
No,
I've never
if
committed a
she's
crime
yep,
ever.
for sure.
listen, if you take her from Chicago to DC to fuck her, that's
Right.
Yeah,
transporting state lines.
yeah,
Well, that doesn't mean though. Women used to come visit me from out of state all the
But what I
time.
mean is this. What I mean is
Yeah,
she's
but no, but you
underage.
wasn't
She's
you wasn't paying for that. Like if you paying for pussy, then yeah, then that's human trafficking. If
okay.
you
Go
with a
ahead.
girl and y'all decide to go on a
right,
road trip, that's not human trafficking.
So
Nah,
right.
why isn't it prostitution?
they're
It's
talking about
prostitution.
underage. There's an age
Oh.
factor that fit
So
with this.
all right, wait a minute.
Right,
I'm dead
right,
ass. I'm trying to get
right.
caught up because I don't know shit about it.
If
There
you
was
mess
little.
with an
There were
underage
people.
girl,
Weird
if you
terminology.
mess with an underage girl and you take her out of the state, then that's human trafficking.
If
So
she's
there are
underage,
women. There are women that said R. Kelly took them from state to state to hit them when they were underage. That's what he got
yes,
charged with. And they
that's what we're talking about. We're talking about
Damn.
All right,
minors.
can I point out something? Can I point out something? Is
Mm.
it me or is it crazy that he got
You got
more
a buddy?
time than Ghislaine Maxwell? He get more time than Ghislaine Maxwell.
Right.
Right.
that's insane.
Come on. You got a
But,
buddy? Right.
but what I'm saying
Like
is this.
she was a part of a ring. Now they never even named the people who actually hit these Jones. They just went after
Right.
Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, the people who rounded up the kids for these people. So we still
Yeah,
don't
Right.
know who the people
And
who was
look,
actually
R.
running down with
R.
these
Kelly is sitting in jail for speculation with zero evidence. All these he went to jail for hearsay. There's no
Well, we
pictures. There's
gotta be
nothing.
aware of these tricks. We gotta be aware of these tricks that they try to catch us with.
Well, listen,
Like
listen.
they hit R. Kelly with more time than Ghislaine Maxwell when Ghislaine Maxwell was a part of a bigger network. She was a
Yeah.
runner for a
Right.
bigger network. Remember all of them clothes and girl products and shit that they had? They found like
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That was
Yep.
enough for like
Yep.
a whole school full of little girls. So how
Yo, listen.
she
Yep.
so
Okay.
how R. Kelly get more time than she did?
Can I
This is the
can I say
thing.
this?
Hold up. This is the
Can
thing.
I say this, right? Sometimes your team as good as any. Like, and let me bring this up,
Oh,
right?
come on.
NBA young boy just beat the Feds. You know what I'm saying? Now the Feds got a track record of 95% conviction rate. That means that you should just give that shit up when the Feds got you. But this young boy beat just with his legal team. When you go to court, anybody that knows they go to court and when sentencing day come, you get an option to ask for lenience. You get an option to ask for mercy, to beg for mercy, basically, on your behalf in the court. And it's up to the judge whether he sees, you know what I'm saying, he sees it in favor or not. And this is America, man.
Right.
Niggas always ain't never been in the judge's favor. You know what I'm saying? So I can see why a white bitch can get less time than a nigga can. A nigga ain't even supposed to have that type of power in the first place. And when you do got that power, you ain't.
I'll be right back.
You ain't.
And
supposed
you know,
to
we
want
just
it.
point that out. You know, we just point that out, and that these are the tricks that they try to hit us with,
Be right
where
back.
they want us to think that this is a just sentence. Like, yeah, it's okay for R. Kelly to get sentenced with more time, even though he had less victims.
Listen, man.
Ghislaine Maxwell is a woman who should have a better understanding, right? Which makes her more liable because you're a woman. You're a woman, and you're grabbing other young girls and getting them into this shit. A part of a bigger ring, but just because of the things that you explained, which are 100% true, this is why we see what we see. Because even in the face of even when it comes to deal with children, a black man is more guilty than a white woman, even if the white woman did more.
Well, listen. Okay, your
Which
own
I'm not paying attention to.
Philly's own Bill Cosby just lost a civil suit. He just lost a civil suit, and the claim was, get this, a 15-year-old girl who he met at the Playboy Mansion. You know what I'm saying? He was supposed to have violated. You know?
Right.
Now we're not talking about Hugh Hefner or why this girl even had a fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Why is the Playboy Mansion not held liable? See the
That's
tricks?
right. That's right. We're not even talking about that. And like in
See?
R. Kelly case, the parents were exonerated, even though that the parents consented to all the relationships that R. Kelly had with these women or these girls, right? You know what I'm saying? But they saying that the parents, you know what I'm saying, got exoneration. So all they had to do was testify against R. Kelly, said like he did this, he did that, and it was fucking downhill from there. Remember, none of this was talked about until the program came up. And Surviving R. Kelly came up. This when the motherfuckers start coming out the woodworks, saying what happened, money.
That's these people with their tricks, man. The main sons of Maine, their matrix.
For real.
You know, it's the bullshit all the time.
Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson, Tupac, and we can go down the list of all of them
Like earlier we was talking about before we started the stream, me and Reese was talking about this whole like conscious community kind of vibe and shit. And one of the theories that I had in regards to this is that when you look at the tail of the tape and you look at the mission statement for these people, one of the things that they wanted to do was get rid of religion. Now you think about the conscious community and the wave that created. One of the biggest and effective things that it did was do exactly that.
Okay.
A lot of people broke away from the stronghold of religion, whether it be Judaism, Christianity, Islam. You know, the conscious community and all of the different sign netter videos, the Inky videos, the sign netter, what's the other boy? Polite. You know what I'm saying? All these other different dudes who put out all of this different material, like basically destroying religion, right? They did part of the dirty work of these people without them knowing it, possibly. Some of these people very well might be aware of the agenda. Some people might have been used as cannon fodder, but when you think about the end result is that when you look at these people's mission statement, one of the things that they wanted to do is that what they wanted to do away with religion. You know what I'm saying? Now, one of the things that me and Pope was talking about is that when you can't take away something from somebody without giving them something in return. So without when the conscious community did that first, it was a two-step factor. It's like remove this falsehood, right? And then replace a new better way of thinking, a new conscious woke way of thinking, right? But when the second part was to be implemented or rolled out, you see that it's like open season on conscious community people, whether they was touching kids themselves or doing some nefarious things. But one by one, they got picked off before these people could actually get their agendas off. So what happened is that the first part of their agenda got through, and that was getting these people off religion. So they got off the religion, but they didn't have the time or the ability to pick up anything else in replace of the religion. So you got a lot of people that running around woke and all of this with no guidance and no structure. They don't believe religion because of the videos that they saw on TV or they saw on YouTube or Instagram. So they don't have any structure. Like the one thing about religion, nobody can argue is that it gave you structure. Whether you can argue all day about who came first, what came first, but a lot of people develop structure and values and morals from religious beliefs. So once that was repealed or removed, you got a lot of mindless, guileless people just out here running around with no base, nothing to gravitate to or nothing to stand for. You know what I'm saying? So woke is now a joke, right? There's no structure behind that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I think that three major religions, as you said, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. I think those three major religions were the ones that was in the crosshairs of people trying to wake up out of this but spirituality is something that people were trying to obtain prior to leaving religion. especially the read that like now in an era where Christianity is kind of going out the window. Ray not going like but what I do notice is like when people start talking about chakras and kundalinis and shit, you know, all that is fucking in religion concepts. All of that is the Buddha and all of that shit. People try to do is pick up bits and bits of alternatives that
Right.
they can implement. You know, not get. I remember my elder once told me, he said, imagine truth as glass, as a mirror. He said, imagine truth as a mirror. And you write all of these philosophies on this one mirror, Moors, Hebrew, Islam. You write them all on there, and then you break the glass, and somebody come up and pick up a little piece and say, look, I got truth. I got truth, right? And try to look at yourself with that little speck. It's until we bring this whole shit together
Right.
to be able to find what really truth is. Now,
Right.
we have religious cheerleaders, people who will say,
Right.
your shit is better than yours, your shit is better than mine, especially the Hebrews. They guilty of it, man.
Right. And you know what's funny is they don't even understand that they're practicing religious beliefs at its core. My God is better than yours.
Right.
You know,
right.
and it's like when you go back to that to the ancient concept of theology, gods were significant to tribes. So every tribe had a god. So these people, you see, the tribe of Judah or the tribe of the 12 tribes. You know, so they're taking the concept of theology back to its primal, primitive sense of my God is better than your God.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Hey,
it's
yo,
like,
I got a question real quick. Hey, Walt, do you have your phone in front of your air vent?
yeah, because it's hot. It's 100 degrees outside, man. And that's the only way I can do the stream without my phone overheating and shit. So I got the air pointed directly at the phone to keep it.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. It sounds like you're in a hurricane. It sounds like the wind is blowing. It's louder
It
than you
is.
talking.
I turn it down a little bit, but my other phone literally zapped out because it was too hot. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You see that boy?
If the car is cool, the phone won't overheat.
Listen, the last phone I was on overheated because they said it was too hot. Like it's right.
Was you outside with
in
it?
Yeah, I'm outside. I'm in the car. I'm in the sun.
Yeah, you see that boy?
It's it's so hot outside. You gotta leave your phone in the car to keep it cool.
Listen, look, I got the hat. I got this little hat right here over top of the phone to keep it cool.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I got it like perched over top of that. It's 100 degrees over here right now. Yo.
Damn.
Hey, look, I gotta turn my air conditioner off to be on this live stream, nigga. I'm dying right here, right now.
Yeah, it's 100
I don't want to
degrees
move
out
too
here,
much,
man.
Yo,
But you know, when you think about how the conscious community one by one they just got knocked off, they went crazy, got crippled, you know, and it's like it's like the powers that shouldn't be used these people to fulfill part of their agenda. You know what I'm saying? You know, and some of these people might very well be.
They either put them in place or they got at them while they were there.
Right. Exactly.
Listen, it's not even, you know, beneath us to think, to believe that some of them was agents, and still to this day, you know, the greatest weapon that they have is confusion, you know, and if you can confuse the masses, then you will always have them in your grips here. You know, we understand that.
Have y'all ever
seen? This boy Black Ace in the comment section is right, yo.
Yes, sir.
Yo, shout out to Black Ace. Shout out to Black Ace. I just now seen he lighting up the comments right there, dropping some additional knowledge. Brother, if you want to come on the show, brother, you more than welcome to come on. I'll send you the link.
Listen, that's my big bro, man, out of New York City, man.
Yeah, you more than welcome to come on.
He always tapped in, man.
Send that shit to my channel. We can get a couple other people tapped in.
Yeah, Big Ace is an actor. You know what I'm saying? Out of New York City, man. He does his thing, man. And he
send it to my channel. I don't care.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, look, I gotta cut my other phone on. We can copy and paste the link in the joint right there.
man, I got direct direct contact to this dude, man.
Yeah, if
We
you want to get on,
we can send
you
him a
can.
link.
Yo, is this on my channel, Walt?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I
Yeah.
wasn't going. I was like, damn, this dude, he might be mad if I put this on his channel. I'm like, man, fuck it. I'm be sorry tomorrow, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, look.
That's right. But let's get
That's
back
the
to what
link right there. Link is in the comments right there. If anybody want to hop on the joint, you know what I'm saying? Link is right there.
tap in.
So you know what I'm saying. But
Shout out to all of
we having a good build,
hold on.
cutting through the
Hold
matrix.
up, real quick. Shout outs to all of you for bringing this important dialogue up. This is real talk. Much respect. Yeah, that's from Black Ace.
Hell
Right.
yeah.
Yes, sir. So you know what I mean. But consistency pays off, man. And what I'm saying is like our enemy has been consistent with keeping us confused. Everything we talked about, you know what I'm saying, it remind me
Deja,
of
Deja
of of,
T.
of just being confused and not understanding how, you know what I'm saying, this process worked, man. You know, the four of us that's on this line is fortunate enough to know what real truth is, because we got 85% of them running around dumb, deaf, and blind, as Elijah Muhammad puts it. You get what I'm saying? So we should
Now
take
I was talking. I want to say that I was talking to one of my contemporaries today, and they had real like super villain vibes. Like, and it's like I didn't. I found that some of their statements to be deplorable, to say the least, and I had to stop them in their tracks. Like, one of the things I do want to say is, men, we try to work better on our communication skills, not being emotionally flared up, cutting each other off, and that kind of thing. So it's like when people cross certain lines, it's like, look, I'll be if I'm the ref, I'm not throwing the flag on this one. I'm gonna let you get your shit off. You know what I'm saying? Certain shit is violent and disrespectful. So you gotta, you can't let somebody disrespect you. So some statements was made in regards to that, and it's like, when we think about the society as a whole, majority of these people they don't choose to be misled. They don't choose to be distracted. They're distracted unwillingly. They're misled unwillingly. They don't have a choice in this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us who have knowledge, and we got to realize that we're blessed. We're blessed, in a sense, if that's what you want to call it. Blessed, chosen, whatever, gifted, whatever you want to call it. You have to recognize that as something that's rare, and most people don't have that. So the best way for me to appreciate that is to share that with others. You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? But if I shit on my high horse and talk about how other people are, that's like me making fun of people that's handicapped. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't go to the classrooms and find people that's handicapped and bust on them and make fun of them. Oh, look at your arm. That's why your arm twisted like that. I don't make fun of handicapped people. I try to help them because if anything, I'm thankful that I'm not like that. So if you find yourself as one of those enlightened people, a person who holds intellect or knowledge or wisdom, you should be that much enlightened to share that with others. It's almost a responsibility or a duty. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yes.
listening to motivational speakers. Sometimes we feel down and out, and I've been going through rough times. So I was listening to some motivational
You
speaking,
see
and
comment.
one of the things,
You want
one
to
of
see
the things
comment.
that they said, real quick, one of the things that they said was, if you going through something, help other people. And sometimes you'll find that other people's problems aren't as bad as yours, and that actually helps you manage your situations better. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to just close with this point. With this is that if you see yourself as one as intellectual prowess, what are you doing hoarding knowledge to yourself and condemning other people for not having what you've been blessed to have? Because at one point in time or another, you were just like those people who you think that you're better than now. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate what you have as a gift and share it with others. You know what I'm saying? We should
That's right.
all be trying to help each other to win. I just wanted to make that statement. You know what I'm saying?
Well, shit.
I
Well,
guess, you know.
okay. Well, let me speak to that, man. And on the contrary, man, they got this phrase where they say hurt people hurt people.
Right.
I'm saying they got phrases like misery loves company and shit like
Right.
that. And a lot of times in our community, because a motherfucker got mathematics and they know a lot of shit, don't mean that they hurt. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean that they dealing with psychological issues and shit.
Right.
Hey,
You know,
hey, real quick, fellas.
go ahead.
Y'all are familiar with the Hoover Dam in Nevada, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You know, it's some weird symbols on there. We need to talk about that. Yeah. What you got
listen,
for us?
it's a monumental feat of engineering, historical. Like the shit is on fire, yo. I'm sitting here watching it on Fox News. The shit is on fire.
Oh, deliberately?
I don't know. It's breaking.
It gotta be. It gotta be. I'm gonna
Well,
say.
well,
I'm calling it first. It gotta be.
well. What I'm saying is they just destroyed they just blew up the Georgia Guidestones.
Say
Yeah.
what? Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
they got weird symbols. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of weird symbolism over there at that Hoover Dam, and it's probably some shit buried up under there. Don't be surprised if the next story from Fox is there's something missing from the Hoover Dam that's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
God
Now
damn.
remember. Now shout out to Citizen. Shout out to Citizen, man. Everybody that watch Citizen, man. Real recognized real. So shout out to Citizen, man. But they was talking about were the white hats behind the blowing up of the Georgia Guidestones. And I think the simple fact that a time capsule is missing from under the Georgia Guidestones will answer that question that clearly is not the white hats. Because
So,
no white hats or no good guys in this particular setting would have enough time to dig up that time capsule, if they doing something that's quote unquote against the law.
Mm-hmm.
Only the
right.
powers that shouldn't be would have enough time to do something like that and get away unscathed and untouched and not be picked up later. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
if this is a fire at the Hoover Dam, I wouldn't be surprised if something goes missing or something or something got burnt up that wasn't supposed to get burnt up that they can't retrieve or some old fly shit.
They
You
try.
know what I'm saying? Because we know how these people get down.
Well, let me
You
say
know,
the Georgia Guidestones had something on there where they tried to it was about depopulation. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely, in 12 different languages.
Right.
They
And
they called it they called it America's Stonehenge.
the
You know,
Stonehenge. Right. And what I find interesting was, when they uplifted decision on abortion, that's when that shit just blew up. So, it might
right?
not mean nothing, but you know what I'm
No,
saying?
listen. We're detectives, and there's no such thing as a coincidence here.
Right.
No such
Right.
thing as a coincidence. So none of us just see a box in the middle of the street and say, oh, that's just a box. Well,
Yeah.
this ain't Metal Gear Solid. Why the fuck is this box right
Mm-hmm.
here? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We
Mm-hmm.
kicking that shit over. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So we overturn boxes and stones here. No, nothing is just a coincidence. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing for sure. So when you can, there's a lot of sevens involved in here. You know what I'm saying? Like when
Mm-hmm.
we first talked about this story, we pointed out that the Georgia Guidestones was off a mile marker 77, 7 miles off the road. You know what I'm saying? So this blew up
Mm-hmm.
in none other than the 7th month of the year. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
so what day was that? Was that the fifth day or the third day? Because we
Uh-oh.
knew it was in the 7th month of the year.
Right.
So that's not a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? Just like they just released the information about the brother Kevin Samuels, right? They said
Right.
Kevin Samuels, who died on May 7th, a date that can be viewed as 5/7, he died at 57, and he died from hypertension in the gematria. Hypertension equals 57. There's now such thing as a coincidence here.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So who knows if the brother is
Right.
even dead? Like I said initially, they probably got him playing Squid Game somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like
Mm-hmm.
like just like we referenced the Uvalde situation. One of the things
Mm-hmm.
that we have pointed out, we was one of the first people to point out that this could quite possibly be a child trafficking situation. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
know, when you gotta be now Pope, you made a good point you speak on where you talked about the procedure of how people get their children in in these crisis situations. Something similar that
Right.
we've seen implemented after the whole situation that happened up in Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? We know that
Right. Right. They
that
call that the
we know that
yeah. They
situation.
call
And, but
right. They
we're
Wait,
call
not
that
gonna
the
say the whole name for
reunification
that.
project.
what
Right.
happened in
So
Connecticut?
say it again.
They
What happened?
calling it the reunification project, or like when kids, when the incident happened at the school, and then they go bust your children across to a one of the senior centers and one of them centers and shit like that for you to meet your child again. You dig what I'm saying? Like that's the
Right.
little there's a protocol. I sent the book out. I mean, it's one of them things that they got that parents should have. If you don't know about it and your kid go to school, they got different lights and so on and so forth. Like in the event that you do have something with your child, because I always had with my child when she was going to regular school, that I don't care what the fuck go on. You're supposed to meet me right here on the other side of this fence. If something go on
Facts.
at your school,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And this
Right.
is where I'm meeting you, and this is where I'm taking your ass home. You dig what I'm talking about? So,
Right.
like with those type of things, they also have protocol for that too. Once a
Right.
child leaves the classroom, they're not allowed back in that classroom, and they either lock the door, or do
Right.
whatever they're supposed to do. But there's a
Now,
whole curriculum for
now,
that.
now let's just point out some things that happen here. Now, remember when
Right,
they said that that they were arresting parents that were trying to get their children from out of the school, right?
right,
So
right.
so not only was the police not going in, but they wasn't letting parents get to their children. That's
Mhm.
something that they sagaciously told everybody. You know what I'm saying? They just glossed over that and didn't really highlight that. You know what I'm saying? So when now one of the things that we also pointed out was that a lot of those children were in there that were children of people that were doing border patrol. And they were actually supposed to do a raid on a child trafficking ring that same day. That same day they were supposed to be doing a raid that same day that they get a phone call saying, hey, the school that your kids go to, oh yeah, it was a shooting there, and it's a shooting going on there right now, but y'all can't get to y'all kids. Y'all gotta wait an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? So think about it. Who you think was the people that was getting arrested trying to get to their kids? So think about it. You want to take a wild guess? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, like a lot of these things they try to make it seem like, oh, they dropped the ball, they didn't know what was going on. We also pointed out that months before these people had a training drill at in that same block of high school, because they got the high school. It's a small town, high school and an elementary school, all in that same little block right there. Same staff, same police officers, all these people who dropped the ball and the dude who got fired and all these people was involved in the training that went on months prior to this. You know what I'm saying? So nobody can act like they didn't know what to do, right? And we said, is it possible that these people could have just called these children to the auditorium and just picked which ones they want, like candy in the fucking store, and then say, "Oh, your kid got shot up in the school." Is it possible? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, is that possible? Given that we can't trust what people say nowadays anyway, right?
Mhm.
Now I wouldn't rule that out. I wouldn't say that's outside the realm of reality. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
In my opinion, I think that nothing is off the table with these people. I don't put nothing past them. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of makes sense why this whole situation took place over an hour, because maybe they just had to figure out what they was going to do or how they was going to do it. We don't know, you know. But everybody has to atone to the fact that we are kind of powerless to make our own decision in that regard. When these people come on TV, and I say that respectfully to everybody, when these people come on TV and they tell you that the sky is blue and the temperature is 88, what you going to do? You going to tell them that they lying? When they tell you that somebody on TV, when this person over here died because of this, because of that, you believe them by default until proven otherwise. You know what I'm saying? And we told what these people say is truth. And it's like we often give validation to the news. It's not true until it comes on the news. Like I've often said that before. You know what I'm saying? So just because these people are aware of that, they can use that against you all day.
It's
All
a
day
Yo, real
they can
quick,
use that against
they
you.
got two breaking
it's a
stories, yo. Another story that just broke is the Twitter wins a ruling to expedite Musk lawsuit.
Now I seen a thing in regards to that they was going to make him pay $1 billion termination fee. I don't know if that's what they're talking about right here. Maybe they try to overturn the situation to get some more bread. But you know, one thing I do want to say to that, and I want to say to the people, I want to say to y'all, I want to say to the people and everybody. If you notice that this tycoon, tyrant, or whoever you want to call him, you know what I'm saying? He reminds me of the Riddler and Batman and Robin from '93. But you know what I'm saying? but this dude, right? He's got billions of dollars and he wanted to buy a social media platform. So what does that say? What should that say to the regular people out here? You know, the people that's going to watch this video, the people that's on Twitter right now, the people that's on YouTube, on all the different social media platforms right now. What does that say to you?
They
I'm
were
gonna tell you
saying
what
that
it
he
should. What
they
you
were
say?
saying that he wanted to buy Twitter to get rid of censorship.
But what I'm saying is, let me say this. What it should say to you is that social media is a $1 billion industry. So if you're not on social media promoting a product, promoting your business, expanding your brand, using it as a resume to get something or somewhere, then you are in the way. You are yellow lines in the street. You are in the way. You are a speed bump. You're in the way. You should be using social media for your marketplace, to push your product, your business, your platform, or something. If you're just on there for shits and giggles and wasting time, you're in the way. There's billions of dollars on these platforms. You know what I'm saying? So all of us should be able to at least get a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 putting something together. If the days of social media just being the digital water cooler are over. You know what I'm saying? Soundbite this clip, edit it up, send it to your friends. But the days of social media being the digital water cooler are over. If you're not on social media trying to get money, you are a speed bump. You are in the way. Get your business popping. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're making funny videos for money. Whatever you're doing, get it together. You know what I'm saying? You got a
Yo,
free
you want to
source
hear
of
about this?
income right here, right at the tip of your fingers, and you're trying to figure out where you're going to get money from. Try to figure out how to get some money off your social media. If you're not using your social media for money, then log out and turn it off. And I'm gonna just end my statement with that.
Yo, you want to hear about this dam in Nevada?
Yeah, the Hoover Dam.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if this
Yeah,
works.
I want to hear about it. We
Take a
cutting through the
crack at it. Let
matrix.
me see.
So
Hang
I
on. Let
want
me
to
see.
hear all of these little tricky stories that they got for us. I mean, I don't know what happened to Pope, but he disappeared. But we'll get him back. Shout out to Pope and ENT,
What?
man.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Kim and Flex. Shout out to Red
Can you
Dragon
hear it?
Entertainment.
Can you hear this? Can you hear this?
No. I'm just gonna plug it until I'm gonna just plug shit until you get the audio right. No more dead air. That's what
All right.
people don't like dead air. You know what I'm saying? So like and subscribe to to the channel. For more exclusive content. You know what I'm saying? Follow us on all the platforms. We on every platform you can think of. We on the digital media space, Rumble, BitChute. We got the independent websites for the merch coming. We got shout out to Corey Shell Creations. Good jewelry coming. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself fitted with some good copper jewels
I was about
and
to ask him because it
some
looked like he was making
stones
some
and
jewelry.
some silver work and some gold work and and all kind of goodies. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
hit those links. Smash the like button, hit the share button. Share if you care, donate if you don't hate. You know. But we're gonna be getting the audio clip together right now. We're gonna go into some news about some
Can you hear now?
craziness that's
Can you
happening
hear it
at
now?
the Hoover Dam.
Can
Can
you
you
hear it?
turn it up for a little bit for us?
All right. Hold on a second. Let me start it over. You
Yeah.
said turn
So
it up
so
some? I got
yeah. So
YouTube as
like
loud as it go. All right, I'm about to play it right now. Hold on. 1 second.
it's hot as hell outside, boy.
Yeah, this
Ain't no
shit
joke
crazy.
out here.
All right, here we go.
Listen, if you're a dope fiend, get you some water. It's hot. Don't get some water. You know what I'm saying? If you see some dope fiends outside, throw a water bottle at them, man. They need it. They might die.
Get that joint.
There's no games out here. Help an old person. You know what I'm saying?
You couldn't hear it?
Old people out here, make sure they got some water. Some,
Yo,
you
you
know what I
couldn't
mean?
hear it?
Check on your old neighbors.
Could,
That
oh,
joint ain't playing. Is that a screen share, or you might have to
it's,
turn the audio on the screen on the computer? Because if it's a screen share,
I'm going to try one more thing. All
Amen.
right. Now, let's try
if
one more
that was
time.
it. I think that was it right there.
Tell
I
me if
heard
you can hear
something.
this.
Oh, Pope, that was Pope coming on. So, Pope, did you
Yes,
hear
sir.
about this Hoover Dam situation? Apparently, it's a fire at the Hoover Dam. Now they got fires in Europe right now. It's like a heat wave everywhere where there's people at, which is strange.
Right.
You know, uh, um, it's a lot of weird shit going on in the world, and it's like a lot of people are complacent with the way things are, just hoping things just go along, and it's like people that's like us, we understand that we on planet dickhead, and we're really like perturbed at what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I know I feel like that, and I'll be like, yo, am I in the damn twilight zone with these people? Like every day I hear something or I learn something that it's like I don't understand how people are not outraged about this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like earlier we was
So,
having the conversation about none other than child support. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Which
Uh-huh.
is a series in itself. So if
Right.
anybody is interested in a saga about child support,
Right.
we're going to put together something probably. You know what I mean? But it's a topic too great to discuss in just one particular setting.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what I
Yep.
understand in just the small window that I'll look through a child support, man. It's crazy.
Right.
I'm a victim.
Yes, and there is a child support group on popeandent.com
Shout
/
out to Pope and
villages.
ENT. Yeah, child, go hit the
Mm-hmm.
links for the child support group. You know what I mean? Child support group. My fault.
Child support
But
support group, man.
but
Because
that is an onion. That is an onion in
yeah, for
itself.
sure. No, that's good. Because
We're gonna peel back the layers, and we might cry in the process, but it's
right.
all good. We're gonna get to the core of these things. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yes.
But
There is
So
Pope
apparently
Forest.
something is going on at the Hoover Dam. I know they was talking about the French Open the other day where they was giving out like ice necklaces and shit because the people was like falling out doing the John because they don't stop.
Wow.
How long has that bike competition been going on for like 50
Quite
years or
many.
something?
Yep.
Yeah, they're not gonna
Many
stop it. So even
moons.
though they having a heat wave right now, they like listen, it's still going on. Fuck that.
There's
You know what
videos
I
of
mean?
that shit in
Right.
black and white.
Yeah, that shit been going on
That
for a
shit been
minute.
around
So
for a
they
while.
they're not gonna stop it. And then they
Yo,
probably what's
that
crazy?
fire in Hoover Dam was an explosion.
It's then now look, here we go, an explosion.
You
Here
still
we
can't
go.
hear the
Yep.
audio, right?
Now it's getting interesting. So we cut through the matrix live on the spot. This is a story
Oh
fresh
yeah.
across the desk, fresh on the cutting board to be cut through. Why is this explosion at the mysterious Hoover Dam? It is
Right.
crazy how this story came across the
Right.
chopping block right when we talking about the Georgia Guidestones being demolished. Then now we hear this. Now we can pivot to a fire or an explosion at the mysterious Hoover Dam.
What's next?
Can we get a some
Hey,
graphics up on the screen? I'm gonna try to get some graphics up on the screen of some of the symbolism that's at the Hoover Dam and some of the things that might possibly have been destroyed at the Hoover Dam. You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
I
Right.
listen,
Right.
I assure
There's
you, there's some
definitely some.
predicated malevolence going on here. I think it's some suspicious activity, if you actually, you know.
Right.
But
Right.
there's a lot of things that I wanted to discuss in this particular bill. Shout out to everybody tuning in. You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
approaching the 117 mark. You know,
Right.
didn't even feel like it. But it's June 19th.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
which is kind of like a 777 kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to point out that I noticed that Donald Trump's first wife, the mother of his oldest children, had died
Yes.
under some suspicious conditions that I would
Circumstances.
say.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
noticed that hardly anybody has said anything about this. Now, as we approach this 7-7 mark, we're at the 117 mark, and it's July 19th, and of course we know 1900 hours is 7 p.m. So
Right.
his wife died his ex-wife, she died when she was 73. I just thought that was strange. Kind of like the
Right.
symbolism of the Georgia Guidestones of the 3 sevens, the mile marker 77, 7 miles off the road. And just like how we
Right.
seen here in Philadelphia with the old head, I think what's his name, James Lattimore or something like that. He said the 73-year-old man who got beat to death by 7 children on 21st Street. And of course we know that three times 7 is 21, right? We know that, right? So is it a coincidence that 7 children beat a 73-year-old man to death on 21st Street? And now they have 2 14-year-olds that turn themselves in. They got 2 14-year-olds turn themselves in. We know that's 70. We know 7 and 7 is 14, right? We know this.
Right.
So what's up with all these 7s? Who's playing with us?
Mm-hmm.
Am I just talking knowledge? Am I
Who
just
hit the
talking
jackpot?
nonsense? Look. To delete this message, press 7. To save it, press 9. You know what I mean?
There it is. There.
If I'm making, if what I'm saying is sparking your interest, press 9. Press 9 in the comment section.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't that how them YouTube?
Yeah, it is.
Press 9 in the comment section. I mean, I guess I am a YouTube nigga. I guess, but whatever.
At least 1 or 2.
Right. Yeah. At some point in time. Yeah. But in between the 2 minutes out of the hour, I'm a YouTube nigga.
Yeah.
Yo, this article says
At least around
that,
Philadelphia.
the 2 wives weren't always seeing eye to eye, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Now I noticed that Trump has said little to anything about it. Like now somebody asked me. Now I got Trump. Look, I'm saying right now. I'm a schmuck officially. I got an iPhone. I got Trump's social media, and I got Proton email.
Yeah. Right.
But somebody asked me, well, why do you have Trump's social media? I said, because I investigated everything. So I want to know what they talking about over there. You know what I'm saying? So on Trump's social media, I noticed that he has said little to anything about, this incident involving his late wife. And I found out that her death was labeled an accident from blunt force trauma to her chest. Now they saying that she might have fell and hit her chest and died. And I think that's kind of strange. Now I'm gonna just ask y'all: do y'all think that that's strange? Look, Umar Flow. You don't find that suspicious?
Yeah.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You know what I'm saying? This woman, Trump's now. I pointed out about a year or 2 years ago. I was saying that something might happen to Trump when he turns 77, and I'm going to just be all the way real about it. I was thinking that they might try to knock him off at 77. Now I made a little video about it. You know what I'm saying? I kept it in my archives. I didn't post it because I don't like predicting things. You know what I'm saying? But I just kept it as a
Right.
reference just to see if something would happen to this dude at 77. And something didn't happen to him. Well, at least not yet. Hopefully
All
not.
right.
I don't want to wish death or anything on anybody. But but
Fuck that.
it's not a coincidence because again we don't believe in coincidence here. It's not a
Right.
coincidence that when his wife turned 77, something happened to him. Something happened to her,
Right.
resulting in her death. So, the research that I was looking at, I was thinking that death was going to find Trump at 77, but death
Right.
found Trump's wife, his ex-wife, at 77, the mother of
Uh-huh.
Don Jr. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? So Don
Yep.
Jr. has said a little about it, and Trump has said a little about it. And of course, we know
Yep.
that 777 is the lucky number when you hit the slot machine. And we know
Mm-hmm.
that the 777 is Aleister Crowley's lucky number. The
Mm-hmm.
Thelemites, the do as thou will people. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
they like that number 77, and they like that number 93 also. That's why they say the sun is 93 million miles from the Earth.
Earth. Yep.
Because
What's up
they
with
simple
QB
it to it.
Passport? Yep. New to the channel, you say? And Space
Shout out,
Ranger,
They
Black
shout
say
out
that
to
Agent.
Cuban Passport.
they say that
Yep.
And
is
that's right.
it's 7 layers of skin.
What?
Yeah, 7 holes in your
Uh-huh.
face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The 7 circle of Quran.
Mm-hmm.
No,
You know
we
what
do.
I'm saying? 7 chakras, man. So
Yep.
7 is not just some arbitrary number, man. It's a powerful
It's not
number.
just to save something. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Man. Where y'all at over in, let's see. We got Philadelphia. We got Cali, Philadelphia, Philadelphia, Philly, and Buffalo. And we coast to coast, taking care of everything in between, from Cali to Kemet, where
That's
we
right.
working on for surely. That's it, and everything in between. And that's how we get to the truth. They ain't gonna run one of us. They could do it singly.
Man, I'm trying to let that shit up. You coming?
Hmm. Oh yeah,
She did a lot of
for
stuff, yo.
sure.
She was a fashion designer, businesswoman, model,
Mm.
author.
Yep.
She from Czechia, from Czech Republic.
Yep. Uh huh. That's how Trump married into the Jewish situation.
She had a job when she was working for Trump too. She was married to Trump and working
Hmm.
for him.
Hmm. Why not
Blunt
hire her?
force trauma.
Cheaper to keep. Hmm. Hey, that's the
So
same thing they said Kobe died of.
Kobe died. He was eviscerated.
Yeah, but hey, I got the they came out with the autopsy report. It said blunt force trauma. No shit. The fuck it took all of that. What's up with Herbert Williams Bay? Shout out to you, my brother. Hotep, brethren. Yep. Yes, sir.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it the thou wow, man. That's one. Can I say this? That's one less peckerwood we got to deal with when this goes down.
Hmm.
I
I don't.
appreciate y'all, man.
I don't give a fuck.
Wow.
We said, I don't like how that went down.
I
Uh-huh.
hope the algorithm determines that it's slang or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to say that, but you know what I'm saying?
Hey, it came out in English. In Swahili, the way Upi's doing what?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what's
you
going
see
on with this dam situation, man. It was an explosion.
Hey,
Crazy
did
shit. Yo,
brother Lid, you know I sent you the video, right? They showed that that high beam of light that went off at the same time that those Georgia stones fell out.
put it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, but we know that it was people who blew that up and went in there and dug up under the thing. So when they try to make it seem like it's some act of God or some spiritual crazy uh Dragon Ball Z type time, we know that
Mm-hmm.
that's nothing further from the case. So as far as I'm
Right.
concerned, they might have added that CGI to that just to kind of throw people off because that lightning bolt didn't dig up the earth under that too. You know what I'm saying?
What do you
You
think
Yeah.
feel what I'm
about
saying?
this heat wave going
Uh-huh.
across the planet, man? It's not making sense to me.
These
Like
people
all
is
of these
playing
places
they
should be
playing
hot
their
at the
Hey, it's
harp.
a
same time.
hundred and
They
heart.
playing they
it's like
playing their harp, man. They playing their harp.
yep,
My nigga,
You
exactly.
know.
Nigga, it's like
it's
103
hot
degrees outside
everywhere
right
in the
now.
world. It's hot
Hey, it's
everywhere.
100 and something
Now,
degrees
one of the
outside.
things that one of the well, and one of the things that we talked about earlier is that one of the also one of the functions of harp that they've been working on is to alter people's moods, and they can make people like angry, violent, like just like if you ever played, Grand Theft Auto, they got that cheat code where everybody will attack you, and they have capabilities where they can emit certain frequencies that they can literally have everybody attack one person if they want to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yeah,
it's
it's only
really
70.
say it again.
I said, y'all cooking. It's only 78 degrees here.
Where's that?
Well, yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
because you up there by the wall and
I'm,
shit. You up there by the you up there
Niagara.
near the White Walkers by the wall and shit.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Y'all the defenders of the wall. Y'all the night's watch up there. You
Where
know
is
what I
he?
mean?
man, we just,
Where is he?
He in
man,
Buffalo. He up there by the
Buffalo.
wall, man.
That's Castle Black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look, this Jon Snow. We talking to
that's what.
Black Jon Snow right here.
No,
Hell
he's
yeah, it's
beyond the wall. He's Mass Raider.
y'all complaining about the heat. It's snow next week out this motherfucker. I'm loving it.
I'm about to give y'all an article,
Mm-hmm.
man. I'm gonna give y'all an article. They got a heat wave going on in Europe. Hold up. I'm gonna read it to you real quick. This shit crazy. All right, check me out. Why Europe
Hey, and
is
watch.
becoming a heat wave hotspot. 2 months ago, France experienced its hottest May on record, with record highs in some cities. Last month, France was blistered again. By a spring heat wave that also affected Spain, Italy, and other countries. Then, this month,
Mm-hmm.
Poland and other parts of Eastern Europe suffered during a spell of extreme heat. Now, temperatures across
Mm-hmm.
Europe are soaring yet again, at or near triple digits, from Spain to
Yeah.
the British Isles and spreading east. Wildfires stoked by the heat are burning in many countries, and much of the continent is in the throes of a lengthy drought. Drought. Keep that word in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Remember,
Mm-hmm.
drought affects farmers, and there are still
Right.
2 months of summer left. Scientists say the
Mm-hmm.
persistent extreme heat already this year is in keeping with the trend. Heat waves in Europe, they
Mm.
say, are increasing in frequency and intensity at a faster rate than almost any other part of the planet, including the western United States. So we thought we were catching
Okay.
hell here. Global warming
Mm-hmm.
plays a role. Of course, they're going to spit that bullshit at us, as it does in heat
Mm-hmm.
waves around the world, because temperatures on our average about 2 degrees Fahrenheit higher than they were in the late 19th century, before emissions of carbon dioxide and other heat trapping gases became widespread. So extreme heat takes
Right.
off from a higher starting point. But beyond that, there
Mm.
are other factors, some involving the circulation of the atmosphere and the ocean, that may make Europe a heat wave spot. No, wait a minute. No two heat waves are precisely the same. The current scorching temperatures that reached into England and Wales on Monday were caused in part by a region of upper-level low-pressure air that has been stalled off the coast of Portugal for days. How does it just
What?
sit there dormant? Maybe it was in a
Mm.
vortex. If it's known as cut off low, In the
Cut off
parlance of
low.
atmospheric scientists, because it was cut off from a river of westerly winds. Oh, all right. So the wind does play a role in that. The way that goes over there, we don't understand that. We only hear our weather over here. So the jet stream and all that over there is different.
Part
But it's
is
still
different.
circular everywhere in the world.
Yo,
It's got to go around.
yo, Pope.
Yeah.
Pope. Yo, this
Yes,
saying
sir.
that iPhone is not compatible to the app on my Facebook group.
His
Like I'm
iPhone.
I don't know
trying
what
to
that
log.
means.
Okay, I was trying to log in to the group, and it just said the phone was not compatible. I need that app,
Are you
the app.
using an
Yeah,
iPhone?
yeah.
Well, yeah, iPhone. I know
On.
iPhone got some beef with Facebook where it's like there's some security issues. So it's quite
Yep.
possible that they might have did that intentionally. I don't know. I don't know that to be
Right.
true or not. But if you got an
Right.
Android or if you can get on try to use the browser, use your laptop or something, you can sign into your group
Yep.
that way. You know what I'm saying? And just connect it through the StreamYard. Because remember, StreamYard is the browser, so you can use it any. You know what I'm saying? If you
Hey,
got
listen, yo.
if you got
I
the
gotta.
Facebook app, you might try to like disable the app or delete it real quick and then reinstall it so it don't try to connect to the Facebook app. But
Okay, hold on.
just on the side note,
Was
iPhones, like I just had this experience right here. Like in regards to the Roe versus Wade alongside the Kamala Harris situation. So
She's
what
talking.
is this art?
She's talking reckless on here. Kamala Harris is compared to that. Here we go. It's important
you
to
know?
note that support. It's important to note that to support a woman's ability, not her government, but her, to make that decision does not require anyone to abandon their faith or their beliefs, she said. It just requires us to agree the government shouldn't be making that decision for her. Harris warned that Republican states that were limiting abortions were also trying to pass election integrity laws. Look how do they pull other shit into their bullshit and try to connect it. These people so goddamn
Yeah,
stupid.
I want to say
Oh my
earlier
god, yo.
when I was talking to a known assailant, I was asking this person, I was asking them if people are emotionally wired, right? If you got a lot of emotional people out here, right? And if you hammer these
Mm-hmm.
people with emotion, I mean with logic, they run from you, they turn on you,
Right.
then how do you get through to these people? And you have to get through to them using the very logic that fucks them up in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, using the very emotion that fucks them up in the first place. So who's effective at manipulating people? People that use certain things to trigger your emotions. So they send this black woman. They say, oh, what about a child's right to choose over what goes into their body? Now, of course, because we on YouTube, we can't say certain things. But we all know what those certain things that a lot of mothers forced into their children's bodies on somebody, you know what I'm saying? And then turn around and say it's my right to choose what happens to my body. And it's like your body, what you're choosing to happen to your body is actually affecting somebody else's body. Like, okay, same logic. A suicide bomber has a right to blow themselves up, right? These women want to suicide bomb their insides, right? They become terrorists of their
Mm-hmm.
own body, and then they employ somebody else to do the killing. So, like, I caught a lot of flack for a statement that I made, and I said, well, this is America. You can do what you want. You can buy the books and buy the own thing. You'll learn how to do this yourself. If it means that much to you. And I add to that with this, that if it means that much to you, right? We know that getting the
Mm-hmm.
BPL is illegal, right? They outlawed that, right? So women know how to find their way to Miami to Dr. Miami for the BBL, right? So why y'all? So why is it so? Why is it bad that you got to go to a different state to neutralize a life, to euthanize a human being? Why are you mad
Well,
about that?
let me say
To
this.
me,
Let me say this.
I think if you're that persistent on modifying your body, then why are you mad that you got to go to a different state to euthanize a human being?
Well, let me say this, right? Because I don't like to talk. Years ago, that said the most dangerous place a black child is in a black woman's womb. It was a billboard
Disrespect.
that had that, right? There was a
Right.
fact a couple
I
years ago.
remember that. Yeah.
Right, right. So you know, in the article they wrote that there were actually more deaths in America than there were births, meaning like white people are dying more than they're actually making children, right?
Yeah.
So
Tell
now
that
you
truth.
can look at this right.
Tell
You
that
can look
truth.
at this law. You can look at this law as a helpful law.
Yo, I hear a potato chip bag.
Yeah, that's Pope wise to stay home and
Right.
populate, because in Europe they had the same damn problem, right?
Right.
Now we're seeing a fluctuation of mulatto people who've now taken the charge as leadership of these
Right.
institutions. I call them Obama babies, right? You got, you know, President Obama as one, as being a mulatto baby. You got the greatest basketball player in the NBA, Stephen Curry now. You know what I'm saying? You got
Yo, I can't
You think you light skinned
unmix
it?
myself. I can't make
You think you
myself
light skinned
something
it though?
else.
right, but you're not in the position that America has put certain mulattoes in position to be the face.
It's going to have a tan to them, a hue to them. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to
Yeah.
be. It's not America. The face of America is not going to be white America. You know, white mom and
Now,
dad
okay,
and child and shit like that. It's not going to be that no more by 2050. That's what they're saying. So for these
okay. So
people
check
to
this
Right.
try
out,
to
right?
say that,
So check
for
this
them to
out,
try
right?
to say that, they're going to try to say that. So they saying
Let,
y'all
let,
can't have no. They saying now, like he said, they was employing women to stay home and get pregnant. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, even a couple years back, they had increased the birth rate over here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So the birth population is in the tank, you know, and like he said, you know, just to reiterate, you know what I'm
so
saying,
white people
Shango
believe.
said,
So what I mean is this, right? White people believe in, like, if you understand, Neely Fuller said, if you don't understand white supremacy, how it worked, everything else was simply confused, right? So what I mean is,
right,
going off that statement, if you understand what Aryanism is, blue eyes and blonde hair, you know what I'm
right.
saying? That shit is being tainted with, because we live in a society that's integrated.
It's basic. Yeah, that's what
So
I'm
when
saying.
your white
And
daddy,
they're trying to, that's why the lady said this is a win for white life. That's why she said that.
so when your white daddy, right, find out that you get pregnant by Jerome, what you think that's gonna happen?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You about to go to the ghetto and get rid of that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or unless you're
Somebody got a
bred,
train in the background.
that's funny. That's funny. It ain't coming to Buffalo. But now Kamala Harris, the big hoe, right? Now Kamala's here. Now Kamala's here and sucked her way to the top, man. Like, let's just give
Right.
it to her. You know what I'm saying? If
And,
you
and,
talk,
and that's why they get everybody and what's happening here. So we laying the
God damn,
foundation.
y'all going hard on here, man.
man, yo, listen, Kamala
You know
Harris,
what I'm saying? Look, we laying the foundation for what's happening here.
We on YouTube, yo.
She is
man,
literally all presidents do. So if he can create a coup for something that is taken away that he can later restore, that would improve his ratings because people would make me feel good about getting.
never even, you know what I'm saying? I just think that now the media is giving these people a voice. I think that they
Mm-hmm.
always been around, but they didn't have the voice that they have now. Now that this so-called law didn't pass, now they're just,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because it's what I'm seeing is some dorky ass fat white woman on the news talking about my body, my choice. You know what I'm saying? As if,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, somebody want that anyways. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But when I
Right.
mean this, right, a lot of that be smoke screens for real shit that's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I remember
Distractions.
me and you, Pope, we talked about the decision that they
Uh huh.
made, inmates not being able to present new evidence to help their case out. You know, that
Right.
was
Right.
another law that they passed at the same time,
Right.
passed this overturning this abortion law. So what does it
Right.
mean to us? You know what I'm saying? For
Mm-hmm.
us to focus on one and not the other, knowing that we fell victim to the prison industrial complex, you know, more
Right.
than any race in this world. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
And there's not a bill that's not attached to another bill that ain't got nothing to do with the bullshit, but they trying to get something
Precisely.
passed through it.
Precisely.
Straight
So
up.
why they blowing up Georgia guy stores? Why they doing this to Denver shit? You know what I'm saying? They're locking us up wholesale, making sure that we never even fucking get out to see the guy stones,
Right.
or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Or hear about it. Or hear
or
about it.
about it. And now I know that
Yep.
they're basically over there from even speaking about, you know, this law that got checked. I mean, come on, imagine this. You get new evidence in your case trial and it can't be heard.
Right.
Yeah,
Uh huh.
right.
That's crazy. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
there's
saying?
a
Yep.
lot of hypocrisy here. Yeah, it's a lot of
No,
things that people could be outraged about, and they not. And
not
it's a lot. That's
Uh
what I'm
huh.
saying. It's hypocrisy with this issue. You know, like how you said these people always been around. You know,
Right.
so I want to point out the thing is this: if they always been around, then why are they being poked and prodded now?
Right.
right.
Why wait
You
till
know what I'm
now?
saying?
But what I'm saying is, it comes in waves, just like the homosexual. Like one time, man, you couldn't admit that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now
Mm-hmm.
you just like, woo, this is me. You know what I'm saying? Because what I mean is like the time is now. The time you remember they was telling us that the end of the world was 2012, according to the Mayan calendar. And a
Yeah,
lot
Right.
of dumb motherfuckers believed that it was gonna be meteors or something to hit the earth or some shit to just
right.
blow us up.
Right.
It
Right.
was
Right.
Like
Right. Uh huh.
it was really the end of consciousness as what we know it to be, as what it is, like you said earlier, the falsification of consciousness. You know,
Right.
Jesus ending the Pisces era was over in 2012. Now we're ushering into a new
Into the Aquarius.
it's the
that
age of now. You
right.
know, now
You
it's
know that
crazy
precise. Well, hold on,
that
let
you're
me
bringing
build.
that up.
So you
My
know
fault.
that
Yeah, I definitely want to piggyback that. I'm
Jesus
I'm
represents
piggybacking you in
Pisces.
a minute.
He represents two fish, right? So now that
Right.
that era is over, we're talking about religious things. People are not now not gravitating towards religion anymore like they used to. Why? Because the era is over. That energy
Right.
is over. Now we're on a more satanic level, which is not really all bad though. You know what I'm saying? It's just an interpretation on how people do it. Just like Christianity
They
wasn't all
lower self.
bad. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ask me um to follow Harriet Tubman, no brainer. Harriet Tubman was a Christian. She used to carry the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everywhere she walked. Nat Turner was a preacher. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
these are the individuals that I will follow when it comes to Christianity, right?
Now,
But now
now
you get a watered down version. Every decade you get a
remember
watered down.
remember the symbolism. Remember the symbolism, even in the Bible. You know, when Jesus is asked, what should we do once you're gone? And they said, and Jesus says, follow the man holding the pitcher of water, going to
That's
the
right.
house in which he enters.
That's
So what
right.
he's saying is, after the age of Pisces is the age of Aquarius. Now
Praise.
dig this.
Right.
Now dig this. Now our people are also known as the children of the lotus. You know what I'm saying? We are the children, we are the indigo children and the children of the lotus. You know what I'm saying? Now this awakening is supposed to be the time of the indigo people. There's
Right.
awakening. This is a time of an awakening. So the age of an
Right.
Aquarius is the age of information. Like you hear people saying, this
Right.
is the
Right.
information age. Now, one of the things that these people found out through test tube research is that different people have different characteristics, traits based upon the placement of the sun. And then from
Right.
now, people like to argue about, the flat Earth and all of this. Well, the whole round Earth theory help these people to plot different stars and planetary alignments in the sun for hundreds of years into the future. So these
Right.
people knew that the age of the Aquarius and the planetary alignments would unlock consciousness within the populace. So what did they
Right.
do? They got ahead of that and they flooded the market with as much information, with too much information for any one human being to handle. This is why
Yeah.
they said that you couldn't watch every video on YouTube in your lifetime. So that's the
Right.
only way to deal with a global awakening of a conscious is to flood the market with information so that people don't know what's real and what's not.
But
If
now check this out though. But you
if
know
this
the
was left
world
to
is.
develop naturally, if this was left to develop naturally, the system as we know it would naturally unravel on its own. So
But
Yeah.
so they got ahead of this and flooded
what I'm saying
the
is
market
this
with unnecessary disinformation and all of that shit to keep people further confused, even in the age of information. So you got people that navigate and cut through the matrix as we do, and we can, have proper discernment. But it's a lot of people that get lost in the weeds, literally
right.
Right.
But what I
lost in the weeds.
it's a reason though. What I'm saying is this, right? The Earth
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
sun
that's what I'm
always
saying
the
too.
Earth
Yeah, it's
the
a
Earth the,
absolutely, I agree.
the Earth and the
Uh,
sun is on the gravitational pull. You know, back
in our second
200,
hour.
2,000 years
Yep.
ago,
Hold on one second.
the Earth was far removed from the sun, being why we can have ice ages and things of that sort, right? But now we're coming close to the sun, which is an all-time consciousness for melanated people. This is why white people dying off a lot easier, and we're coming on our second awakening, as you call it. Now, when you listen to Dr. Clark says that the world is in its first morning, meaning like it's just waking up according to how time works. You know what I'm saying? Like, we see times and levels and shit, and stages, minutes, seconds.
Has
You know what I'm
has
saying?
anybody seen? Has any of y'all brothers seen that movie, Undercover Brother?
Of course.
All right, yeah. So just keep that in reference. But I want you to finish your statement, and then we're gonna double back on that.
Go ahead. I was pretty much done, but I'm just saying that the sun is being pulled close. The Earth is being pulled closer to the sun, which is bringing our consciousness at a hard time level. So of course we're going to do away with the things that may have kept us mentally down in the past. Such as the
Right,
religion,
right, right. Like
falsification.
here's a I got a reference to that. Now remember in the Bible teaches us that when Moses went up to speak to the burning bush and the
That's
people
right.
was down there worshiping the golden calf,
And he
and you
orders.
know what I'm saying? They was going into a different age from the ram, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. No, you're right.
So this is
The Taurus.
symbolically
You
right.
talking about it was the end of the Taurus. These people were worship. Yes, right. He ordered them to kill himself because
Right.
he understood that era was over. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it was usher into a new era.
And it
Of
was
course,
the ram. That's why the Jewish people blow the ram's horn. You know
Yo, I
what I'm
got a
saying?
question. Is this the reason why
Now,
we in the worst condition we ever been in the human
now,
recordings?
now, Reese, I got something for you
Did you hear
in
that?
reference.
Anybody hear that?
Say it again.
Is that the reason why we in the worst condition we've ever been in human recordings?
well, I wouldn't necessarily say the worst condition.
We've been in worse condition than this, black
Well,
people.
I'm saying if we're the beginning, you know what I'm saying, if we're the first race, then obviously starting out, you know what I'm saying, anything and not having anything to study from would be, you know what I'm saying, a bit of a challenge. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
good point. I understand where you're coming from.
And up to this point, right? We have not used our intellect as much as we should have been using to be able to go back. Now, are we going back in history? Are we going back in time? Of course. You know what I'm saying? Not, from being the people to not being able to build pyramids to now being
I'm
people.
trying to drop off this Uber. Is this an auto place, auto care?
You know what I'm saying? Then we're digressing. You know, I'm worse. You know what I mean? Because we still have the potential to develop. You know what I'm saying? All our potential is just being lapidated. I think um, Nelson Mandela, when he asked, "Who are we not to be?" was one of the greatest profound statements that I ever heard. You know what I mean? Because in that statement, he says it's our fear that blind us from our light. You know what I'm saying? Now, if that to be true, then our light must be as brighter than what we, you know what I'm saying, know it to be and shit. You know what I mean? But
Yo,
go ahead.
Malcolm X did his thing in the '60s, right?
Right.
And we've
Well,
been
50s.
carrying that shit around with us for decades now. And we progressively got worse in each one of those decades. And it
Right.
looks like the next one is going to be worse than this one for
Well,
us.
what came?
Now, what we all know is all right, so everybody says that the white man did A, B, and C and all that. Okay. If you want to say that, I'm not here to say that he didn't or debate it. But
Right.
here we are today in 2022 where human knowledge has advanced tremendously. We should be way past wearing pink weave,
Right.
murdering each other, scheming each other, smoking crack. We should be way past all of that. All that shit is from decades ago. We should have gotten over it and gotten better by now, but we not. We getting worse
Well,
Yeah.
every year. So
well,
what's on the
well,
flip?
well.
What's on? Wait a minute. What's on the flip side of this? Some type of transition, or all of a sudden everybody's gonna get it together, and then it's because I want to see that shit happen in my life. You see what I'm saying? I don't have time to wait for the 26,000 year cycle to be or whatever the shit they teaching everybody. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, sometimes that's how life is. You know, when you plant a seed,
Oh,
might be there. You might not be there to see the tree grow.
oh,
You might not. You know, but that's sadly, that's one of those things that it's
Let,
just like
let me
that
cut
vine,
you.
that tree that grows 5 years underground,
that's
and you
just
might not.
philosophy, but it's true. It's
Let me cut
philosophy, but it's
It's
true.
fucked up. I mean,
you
hey, look,
real quick,
that's it's
right?
fucked
Let
up,
me
but that's
say
how
this.
shit is now.
A
But
lot of us,
as far as us mentally advancing, technology is advanced. And the same way that these things have advanced, the way that they attack us have advanced. You know,
Yeah, but we should be hip to these attacks
before
by now.
nah, you see, you gotta
the advance, but if the level of attacks have advanced and the technology has advanced, the malevolence has advanced. So it's not the same. It's not like, yeah, we see a lot of these things that we can say, well, yeah, this people was doing this then, but but we know that it was certain ways that you got at people. Now these things are being multiplied now. Before you had to go home and watch TV. Now you can watch TV at the bus stop, at the gas station. You got a cell phone and you get notifications for shit. People got social media, so they're being bombarded by things. Even you know what I'm saying.
Yo, guess what was
In our day,
happening?
we could look in our day coming up. We had a lot of things that could keep us away from nonsense, and that window is getting smaller and smaller and smaller as time is going on. So now, when you're a kid or you're a youth coming up in this day and age, not even before you walk out the door, as soon as you wake up in the morning, you're being bombarded with all kinds of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So
Yo,
it's really not the same. It's worse. Like you pointed out, one of the things that like I agree with both of what y'all said about you pointed out, Shango, you pointed out a good point that us being the first people that we don't even know some of the things that we probably faced, just as being the first people up until now. Like this it definitely probably was worse times than this. Just going through the calamities of living without technology. Who knows? We just probably got eat up by dinosaurs and all kind of shit like that. So that's a
I
good
say
point.
life was easier then.
But I also agree with
Damn.
what you saying, Reese, is that our mental state is the worst it's ever been in human recorded history. You know what I'm saying? So when you
listen.
say, yeah, this is the worst that black people have ever been. This is the worst conditions that we've been in. I think about that mentally. This is the worst. This is the worst that the black man and
Listen,
woman. This is the worst
listen,
mental state that we've ever had
listen.
in human history. I agree with that.
I'm gonna
You
go
know what
up
I'm saying?
one. I'm gonna
but
go
what the
like this.
thing is that
The
just
fact
like
that
look, just to close my
wait, hold on,
statement real quick.
hold
Let
on.
me close my statement.
Let me say,
Just to say that I'm gonna close real quick. But I just want to say like in regards to that, the level of brainwashing, the techniques of brainwashing have improved. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily where people just can be strong-willed and strong-minded and just ignore a lot of these things. You know, technology has gotten to the point that they can, like I said earlier, they can literally send frequencies at you and make you just act the fool, and you ain't got nothing to do with it. You know, we seeing how these people can use HARP right now. Remember that movie, The Happening. You know, and how them people was acting crazy. So I'm gonna just close my point with that. You know, let everybody else drop their knowledge real quick. You know, I'm gonna be listening right here. I'm just getting some gas.
and that's peace, right? But listen, I think it's just a lot simpler than that. Like these motherfuckers don't care about your mental or shit. It's all about dependency. You know what I'm saying? The strongest black men in America still depend on America. Where you getting your bread? You know what I'm saying? Where your babies learn? What school your babies learning from? You know what I'm saying? You know, even your transportation and shit, having all the way down to having to get a license and shit. It's all about dependency. You know what I'm saying? We depend on them for our news, just like now. Like you know what I'm saying? You was reading news about what was going on in the Hoover Dam, not by information from we reported. This is all them. You know what I'm saying? So psychologically, we're going to be thinking as such as, you know what I'm
Yo,
saying? When
we
information,
knew all this shit decades ago. We should have been way past the point of being able to be outsmarted. We should have been way past that. The proof is that you got. I can't hear you no more. Yo, you muted. You muted.
yeah, you hear me?
Go back and say what you said.
Oh, I said, here's a fact. They teach us about wealth. And what they tell us, what they teaches us, they teach us that we were able to amass 1% of America's wealth once emancipation happened. Once we got so-called liberated, that's how much we were able to tally up according to America's wealth. Well, still to this day, we only own 1% of America's wealth. And anytime you're in that situation, in that condition, then you're forced to live off of the rules and the regulations of other people, whether it works for you or not. You know what I'm saying? But now, if it doesn't work for you, naturally you have a survival instinct. You know what I'm saying? You have an instinct to survive. So what you do is you acclimate yourself with the situations that follow you. Now, our elders, our parents, they kind of dropped the ball with giving us what the Jews was giving their children, so they can keep this power within the family, right?
I don't believe that. I don't believe that, yo.
A lot of our parents went to jail. A lot of them fell victim to crack. A lot of them got a Jody mentality. I'm gonna fuck them and leave them. I didn't have a father. I know that ran rampant in the 80s and shit, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is the generation behind us left us this chaotic, situation for us to figure out, right? And it's based on economics. You didn't leave us shit. What happens if your mama don't leave you a house? Then you forced to rent from other motherfuckers. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You forced to eat off of other motherfuckers, right? You know what I'm saying? So what I
Yeah.
mean is because of they didn't set anything structural for us to follow from the 60s to the 70s to the 80s. Now we're still in this fight trying to figure out
Yeah.
why are we still doing
It is a plan. It's always been a plan.
Here's the
You know,
thing. Here's the thing. When a
When
whole bunch of people
Eisenhower
went to jail, when a whole bunch of
when
people went to jail, there were still men left behind to, pick up the slack. What happened was people started getting high, yo.
exactly. Exactly.
Yo,
Exactly.
again, it's just like those bugs. It's just like those lantern bugs that everybody is running around still trying to kill. They didn't just up and fly across the ocean by them damn selves. So these birds that everybody talking about in the hood, they didn't fly themselves here. This is a plan, and it's like You know, it's like we can't get away from the reality that these people set together, like in this, we talk about in the 60s. That's where a lot of this planning, the things that we are seeing right now, a lot of these things were planned in the 60s. They
Facts.
were planned by people who held political high ground. You know what I'm
And what
saying?
was our plan?
Who held political offices, and they sat in their boardrooms, and the audios is coming out now. Right now, the audio clips are coming out now where these people are talking about what they're going to do to the black community, what they're going to do with these people, how they're going to get this off, how they're going to get that off. So
Yo,
these things
you
that
ever
we
sell
complaining of,
DVDs before?
so like these things
You
that
ever
we
sell
literally,
DVDs before?
For
yeah.
me,
Well, look.
All right, watch this. Watch this. I started selling
Let me
DVDs
close
in
my statement.
2005, right? So let's do the math. How far is that? That's 17 years, right? 17 years ago is when I started selling DVDs. When I was selling DVDs, I had knowledge DVDs stacked up off the floor taller than me, right? These went
And
into
the
every
plan is
black.
older than 17
I didn't.
years.
What was I
The
about to
plan,
say?
hold on.
Huh?
you know what I'm saying? The
What'd you
plan is
say?
older than 17 years old. You know,
Say what?
No.
I
Let him
said that
finish.
plan.
No, let him finish saying what he's saying about the DVDs.
Y'all crazy.
The knowledge DVDs was my number one seller, and everybody else too. When I used to go re-up, all the dudes that sold DVDs was in the same room with me in a warehouse, and the knowledge DVDs would be in a big mound, a mountain in the middle of the room. That shit was selling more than iRobot and Medea and all of that. That shit was in every black household in America.
And then social media came out.
That shit
And
was
then Instagram. And then
everybody got
Instagram
the
hit.
program. Everybody got warned.
And that was before Instagram. You talking about
Everybody
before
got
Instagram.
educated. But when Instagram and all that shit came, there was a fork in the road. Niggas had a choice. What did they choose? They chose
Listen,
MySpace. That's
the
what
most
they
harmful,
chose. They didn't
the most
choose.
effective weapon is the one that you don't know is a weapon. Everybody for decades, everybody went out and bought the weapon of mass destruction, which is the television, and put that in their house for decades. You
Those
know what I'm saying?
DVDs had that shit on there. Those
So
DVDs
so
warned everybody about that exact
so
same
you
thing.
so
That's where we got the knowledge from. We
think
got the
about it.
knowledge
Think
from those DVDs. All we're doing
you
is
got people
repeating
who've
the
been
same
programmed.
thing that those
You
DVDs
had
had on them
generations.
20 years ago.
You
That's
had
all we're
generations
doing.
of people.
It's the
Now,
same
look,
thing. They,
let's just diagnose some of these things. We
I
got
didn't hear
people
nothing you
who've been,
said, dog.
let's diagnose some of these things. We got people who've been brainwashed by the TV and television program
They
for
dickheads.
decades,
That's their own
right?
fault.
Now listen, these people when people bought a TV, nobody knew what they was getting themselves into. It's a weapon. It's an effective weapon. Nobody knew what they was getting themselves into.
That was
Nobody
70
knew.
years ago.
Nobody knew the frequencies and the things that's coming off of this box and what it does to your
That's
brain
on them
and the way you
DVDs.
think. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew those things. So once people seen these DVDs, they was already susceptible to these things. And then Facebook and Instagram came out. And so these things were handcrafted by some of the brightest minds in the world, people who resigned because they said, we don't involved in what's going to happen when this shit hits the fan. Because these people knew the kind of shit, the hooks and snares and the tricks that they put into this program and to get people to spend 70 hours a week on looking at their phone. It's not by chance that these media platforms grow exponentially. They put shit in there that literally triggers the human brain. So when somebody picks up this device, when somebody picks up this thing and looks at it, they don't know what they're getting themselves into. This is high level science, yo.
Hold up, though.
You know what I'm saying?
This is
So
what you're missing. You're missing the whole
we
point.
can't keep judging ourselves. Look, we can't
Oh.
keep judging ourselves and judging Frankenstein for what we can't keep judging the monster for what Frankenstein does. Remember, Frankenstein is not the big green dude with the bolts in his neck. That's the monster that Frankenstein created. And the people went around chasing Frankenstein chasing the monster, and the real Frankenstein got away because everybody is worried about the product and not the person who's producing this. These people are
Yo,
producing what we see in our communities is being produced by science. It's not even
yo,
by hate anymore. It's being produced by science. So it's like we got to get a grasp on this from a scientific perspective. This is not just something that we can just willfully happen anymore just because we upset and we fed up and we want things to happen now. If anything, we have to approach this like scientists.
you're
You know what I'm
missing. You
saying?
missed my
Because
entire point.
these people are attacking
Wait a
us
minute. I want
on
to
a
get in. I want
scientific
to get
level.
in though.
They're putting
You
shit
missed
in.
my entire. All right.
They putting shit in our food, just like with what's the
I
name
want to get
pointed
in.
out. Malt liquor. Think about what malt liquor does to your brain. It makes you want to fight. It makes you violent.
Fam,
You know
can
what I'm
I get
saying?
in?
They sold that in our communities for years. So
I
we
want to
turn
get
around
in.
and say, but then look, everybody, the world conditioned to turn around and say,
Is
well,
my
why do
mic
black
working,
people
yo?
fight? You feel
Yo,
you feel what I'm saying though?
yo, you missed my entire point. My point was this. Everything that you just said, literally, everything that you just said, everything you getting ready to say, everything my man said is on them DVDs and was in every house almost 20 years ago.
Well,
It
how,
was
And
it was not
niggas
in every house. It was not in every house.
got
First of all, it was
work.
not in every house. It
They
was
was
not
in every house I visited. They was in
Yeah,
every
that's not
house I
enough.
went to.
That's not enough. How much is that on a percentage scale when you're talking about millions of people, billions of people even?
What does that mean though?
That's like less.
What
That's
does that
probably like
mean?
we could say. I
Nah,
could say
what does that mean though?
that means it's not enough. We can't say, well, because I know everybody I know had the DVDs in their house that this was just supposed to magically get better because everybody I know got DVDs.
So
I mean, like
nobody knew?
literally, if you wrote down everybody that you knew, like everybody, and it came up to 1,000 people in a percentage of a world, that's like less than 1%. So it's like it's not enough. It's not enough to put a dent in it. These things weren't on the nightly news. They weren't on think about it. And these times people was tuning into Martin at night. They was watching these things on TV. They wasn't putting this science and knowledge on TV. So the little dent that DVDs put in the system, this is a juggernaut system. These people broadcast to millions of people every night. How you think a DVD is going to compete with people who broadcast shit every day? Think about it. Remember,
Can I answer that? Can I answer that? All right, hold on a second.
These people are under a spell.
You
You
just asked me a question though.
It really just wasn't enough. Like, listen, I love all of the tenacity. I'm with all of that too. But the reality is that we're not putting enough dent in this system to make it a chance. We're not on the mainstream media. We're not going viral on these platforms. They suppress knowledge, and they're actively doing it every day because they know that it's a problem, and they've been attacking and fighting this problem since people been making DVDs and before people been making DVDs. So we can't just say, well, we did this and we did that and people didn't do this. While when we were doing this and doing that, these people was doing this and that. So the result is that these people punch was harder. Their grip is more crass, more. They got a more tighter grip on these people. That's the reality. Social media was designed to literally penetrate your brain, literally. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I agree. The DVDs did make a dent, but these motherfuckers unleashed the Kraken after that, which is social media, and that's
missing my point though.
Everywhere you see right now,
why were
like
niggas
this.
Stupid enough to fall for that?
The whole
After
world
all,
is.
wait a minute, I ain't
It's
even
not
done
just-
yet.
it's
I
not-
ain't even
it's
done
not-
yet. I ain't even done yet, my nigga.
It's not about
Why
that.
did niggas fall for that like dickheads after decades and decades of knowledge poured into their heads that every single one of them, every house you went in had Malcolm X on the fucking wall and all this other shit. There's no fucking excuses anymore. We can't go into the next. Can't go into the next generation with that bullshit, man. We'll all fucking die. It's the truth.
Listen,
it's the truth. We need to burn those fucking history books.
If you don't thoroughly assess the problem, we will all fucking die.
Everybody knows all that shit already.
And we think that what's happening with black people is their own doing. That way of thinking will kill us all.
Everybody knows all that shit already.
Listen, all of these jerks on YouTube that be talking about relationship shit, but none of them is talking about the people that went to the Poconos and all of the health problems that they having with that. You know what I'm saying? None of these people are talking about food shortages and inflation and all of these things that's facing us every fucking day because they're ill-equipped to fucking talk. So if you can't see the blueprint, if you don't have the knowledge to address the problem, you will surely be compromised. So that's the fucking problem. The problem is that we're looking at something without the information and trying to give a diagnosis on something that we don't fully understand. If you're not going to encompass all of the malevolent things that these people do to us on a daily basis, then how can we make a statement about why black people don't do this and why you're not informed to make that assessment? We got to look at everything that these people are doing. They're poisoning us. They spray shit in them. Like I told you a couple weeks ago, Bill Clinton had to apologize for spraying chemicals in the black community. So, and we sit here and say, well, why black people can't get it together? Why they always want to fight? Why manganese, the most violent, Dick Gregory pointed out that one of the most violent places in America is right next to, in the world, is right next to a manganese plant. They put manganese in malt liquor and sell it in black communities. But we sit here and say, why do black people keep doing this? Black people are under a spell and they're being poisoned. And if we're not going to deal with that reality,
can I get a chance to use that as an example?
If we're not going to deal with that reality,
can I use that? Can I get a chance to use that as an example?
We shouldn't even be talking about black people. We're not going to deal with the reality that every day black people are being poisoned. Every day black people are being programmed and under mind control every day.
What about a response? What about a response? You said something about Dick Gregory saying something about the manganese, right? He said that shit at the Democratic National Conference, whatever that shit is, before Obama even won the fucking election. That was 2007.
And why didn't Obama?
What was I getting ready to say? You rebutting something that you didn't even hear yet. He said that shit 20 years ago, and what did niggas do? Kept drinking malt liquor.
Because that's why I said, why didn't Obama say nothing about it? Because how many niggas seen Obama on TV versus Dick Gregory? I rest my case. So the problem is the right people are not saying that the things they need to say. Everybody watched Obama shuck and jive and do things for people that don't even look like him. He did nothing for our people. While he did everything for everybody else. He drank beer with racist people on the lawn and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? But he did nothing for us.
Why the fuck do niggas need somebody to do something for them?
Now,
I got a question though. Why the fuck do niggas need somebody to do something for them?
Why? Because everybody does.
They're not children.
Everybody does. Every group of people in this world, whether you're talking about the Germans over there who looked at Hitler, all like that, everybody has a leader. Everybody. So black people are no different. You know what I'm saying? We can't highlight the flaws of one group of people and not the flaws of everybody else, because I see a whole bunch of people out here driving around with the windows up and the face mask on. Ain't nobody in the car with them. And they all don't look like us. So I'm not going to act like it's only us that do that.
Niggas have a new problem, and their new problem is
their
biggest
problem. People have a new problem. People have a new problem. Not just black people. People. All these people out here who got a television, all these people out here who got a cell phone, who went to the Poconos, got a problem. It's not just black people. We can't just highlight and say, well, yeah, these people are doing this. Crime happens everywhere. People commit crime where they live. You ain't never heard the phrase white on white crime, but it happens every day.
That's what the conversation about. The conversation was about black people.
But nobody highlights that because the whole world likes to highlight what black people do and make what black people do. That's the trick. That's the trick on all of us. Is that
all niggas got to do is stop doing the shit. That's all the fuck they gotta do.
Just like everybody else gotta stop doing it. But look, just like everybody else gotta stop doing it. If somebody makes a broad statement like stop the violence, does that mean that only black people should stop the violence, or does that mean that all people should stop the violence? Which one is it? Because I'm pretty sure, you want Japanese people to stop killing Chinese people. You don't want the people in Taiwan to get slaughtered by the Chinese people. You don't want the Israelis to slaughter the Palestinians. You know what I'm saying? We don't want people to kill people. Period. So why is it only an emphasis on what black people do? Because it's about demonizing black people, and we have to see these tricks that they lay out for us to fall, these snares for us to fall into.
What about accountability?
Yes, there should be accountability for every group of people. Should have accountability.
No, I'm talking about for us.
So when
everybody else. I'm talking about for us.
But look. When
I asked the question. And
I'm answering it. And when we do that. When we try to have accountability, right? When we attempt to lay out accountability where it's at, right? We don't want to do that. We don't want to say, if I say to you, well, black people are being poisoned and brainwashed every day. They're not doing that of their own. Black people don't make any of these chemicals. We don't control any news networks. They had the Black News Network that was up for a month. They shut it down. We don't print no money. We don't have our own record labels. We don't put none of this stuff. All of the stuff that destroys us. We don't create. But it's our fault what happens to us.
But I'm gonna tell you like this.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody in the world.
It's like, so we want to talk about
Hold
accountability.
up, my man is muted.
Look, and we want to talk about accountability.
Sean, you muted.
Let's put the shoe on the foot where it belongs. If people
was saying something.
If somebody poisoned me, I didn't poison myself. Somebody poisoned me. So
but
if you're gonna talk about accountability,
hold on, Khaled. You stupid for drinking the poison, though.
Listen, if you don't know it's poison, if you don't know it's poison, everybody
does.
That's what
everybody doesn't. Everybody doesn't, and that's a misnomer to think that everybody does. Everybody in the world did not watch. Everybody in the world did not watch a knowledge DVD.
In fact,
more people watch.
If that's the case,
more people watch Obama.
What knowledge?
More people watch Obama than they watch knowledge videos.
I just want to know. I just want to know what knowledge DVD. Just name me one.
Any one of them. Any one of them. It doesn't matter which one you're talking about.
No, what I'm saying is,
okay,
you make a broad one. Hold on. You just mentioned
I'll give you one right here.
You just mentioned these shows that people can identify with, right?
Look,
what knowledge DVD are we identifying with? What, Hidden Colors?
I can highlight one right now.
I just want to know one.
I'm going to highlight one right now. The Obama Deception that came out in 2008, the same year that he won the presidency.
Everybody didn't watch that.
Exactly. My point exactly. That's my point exactly. But everybody saw Obama win the presidency, right? So the truth is not being broadcasted.
But everybody didn't see that.
That's my point exactly. So they hide. So everybody is not aware of what's going on.
Precisely.
It's basic level. It's basic level things that we know.
I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you. I'm asking a homie. I'm saying, like, what knowledge DVD was going around in every black household? Which one? Who was the speaker? You got Dr. Clark, Dr. Ben. Was they listening to Khaled? What, Farrakhan? Like, what were we talking about?
They were listening.
In every household there was a knowledge DVD, and what I'm asking is, who were we listening to in every household?
All of those motherfuckers.
No, we wasn't.
Yes.
I didn't get. My mom damn sure ain't fucking know nothing about Dr. Clark and Dr. Ben, man. And I'm gonna give you to you like that. I grew up in the 80s where we had crack babies. Crack babies. I'm telling you, niggas was not smoking crack, watching knowledge DVDs.
Right.
It just didn't happen.
Listen to me.
I don't know.
I live on this fucking planet.
I understand.
What I said. Wait, why'd you cut me off?
Go ahead.
I'm 52 years old, man.
Right.
I've been on this planet for half a century.
Right
around niggas in North Philly. The worst niggas in the world. Everything that comes out my mouth could be carved in the side of a fucking pyramid because I saw it. I don't guess on nothing. Something is going on right now. Motherfuckers have the knowledge and they ain't listening. If you ain't never had wait a minute, hold up, dog. If you ain't never had a fucking knowledge DVD in your house ever, you sat on a stoop with somebody or somewhere. No. All right, fuck it.
Hell no, that wasn't going around in the hood.
All right.
Listen, it's kids right now. It's kids right now that don't know who Malcolm X is.
That's a
Black
fact.
children right now that don't know who Malcolm X is, yo.
Dr. Khalid, that's a fact.
You want to know why?
when,
Well, I'm gonna tell you
remember
exactly
when-
why. I'm gonna tell you exactly the fuck why. Because those dickheads that saw those DVDs in the early 2000s, when they came to that fork in the road where they had to make a fucking choice, they went to the left. They took the blue pill.
Listen.
They wanted to wait a
Listen.
minute. They wanted to twerk and take Molly. When everybody else was saying, you know, get your spirituality right and your health and your diet, they had everybody fucking knew. Everybody.
Khalid,
Everybody.
There's a lot of things that happen.
Khalid, tell him I got one of the largest conscious collection of DVDs and VCR tapes in the world. I mean, my grandmother in the 80s started kind of like the videography movement in New York City. You know, Dr. Clark, Dr. Ben. And I'm gonna tell you right now, she wasn't no millionaire, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't, like, she discovered Bobby Hemmett. My grandmother discovered Bobby Hemmett. You know what I'm saying? She was the first one to tape Phil Valentine. You know what I'm saying? But even within her family, she had issues, crackheads and niggas going to jail and shit like that.
That's
So
exactly what I'm talking about.
Than a DVD,
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Niggas that had the knowledge right in front of them. Hold up, say it again.
What we needed was institution. We needed niggas to put their money where their mouth was at, right? Instead of talking on the street corners, develop some fucking schools, right? So we can take our babies out of these motherfucking European schools. But nah, we wanted to just come home and watch DVDs and send them to the same fucking schools. We wanted
I want to add something.
Our day off working for the white man. How the fuck that happened? I'm saying I'm about logic, man. Logic over emotions and logistics.
I'm gonna tell you something about logic over emotions, because I sat here and I ain't say shit for an hour. I sat here and I ain't say shit for a whole hour.
Yeah, me and you both.
A whole hour. I sat here and I ain't say shit. So I want to get into that little knowledge and logic that you're talking about, because
I want to
the
ask
thing that you keep overlooking is the fact that I've been on this planet for half of a fucking century. I gotta keep reiterating this to everyone I talk to. All right, that counts for something. I come from a generation. I didn't hear you.
I don't discredit that, but in your recognizance, you have.
I didn't even finish my statement.
In your recognizance, I just want you to realize in your recognizance that you're one human being. You know what I'm saying?
What does that mean, brother? I didn't even say anything.
What it means is people see the world through different lenses. You know,
what I'm saying is that the world is millions of square feet around and shit. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people on that planet. You know what I'm saying? So your life and your interactions in your life would equate to roughly less than 5% of the overall population. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
All right, we're going to talk about math. Wait a minute. We're going to do math.
That's how many
Wait a minute. I want to do some math real quick. That's how many. The math goes like this, and this is this, and that's that. This is the math. You have the why. I have the how. Period. Because of math. Fuck everybody's feelings. Mathematically, I have the how. You have the why. You were born into this. You're saying, wow, this is fucked up. Why? I have how. Because I lived how. It's impossible for me to be wrong.
Well, it's impossible. It's impossible for people to come out of brainwashing and being poisoned if they are unaware of it.
Brainwashing should have a deadline.
It's impossible.
It should not be 50 years. You should be like, all right, we should be like, by now, we should be like, all right, they fooled this generation, they fooled that.
Right? Let me ask you this, right? This one question, right? What language you speak?
Huh?
What language you speak?
I only speak one language fluently.
What is it? What is it? What is Ebonics? It's English, right?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Right? And pretty much we doomed to our fucking language, right? That was given to us. That was a brainwash system. That was our language was once taken from us, and the only shit we speak now today is English. The fact that we fucking arguing about this in the fucking foreign language should tell us how fucking low we all are.
Right. Now,
But
now,
listen
like,
to me.
think about
Listen to
this.
me. You
Now,
can
think
use
about this.
English language in the
Recent,
world.
just
Wait a
the
minute.
other day,
You can use
just the other
English
day,
language
no
on
other
Earth.
language though. It's not about using the language. It's about knowing the language. What other language you know besides the
look,
language you know that was
look,
given to
just
you
the
by
other day,
brainwashed people?
look, just the other day, they said that Skittles are toxic and not fit for human consumption, right? So let's say the day before somebody bought their child some Skittles because their kid wants some Skittles. Is that parent a bad parent because they bought their child some Skittles that they were unaware that's toxic?
Well, that you
If that
using the right
child
language.
died, if that child dies from the toxic Skittles, they think it's, let's say the doctor tells them it's Blovid, right? Is the parent a bad parent? Is the doctor a bad doctor? If you're unaware of something, how can you fight something if you're unaware of it?
That's
So
right.
you know what I'm saying? So if these people didn't release this story the other day to say toxic, Skittles are toxic and they're not fit for human consumption, and nobody should be eating Skittles. If they never released that story, how many people would get sick and die from eating Skittles? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, these type of things, like these people
What would
decide
happen? What would happen if people started eating Skittles and just dying and dying and dying and dying for years and years and years? You think somewhere down the line, the other dickheads watching this will be like, okay, we're not going to do
No,
that.
all right, now, with that,
That's
I
where we
agree. Now,
are.
now, what
That's
now
where
I
we
agree.
are in human history.
Now, think about
Period.
this. Now, I grant you that, and I raise you this. Do you really honestly think that people will never die from Skittles again? There's going to be some dickhead or some curious person who's going to die from Skittles. The death from Skittles
That's
will
my.
never drizzle to a
That's my
stop.
point. That's my point.
That's human nature.
That is
That's
not
not
human
black people
nature.
being dumb. That's not black people being dumb. That's human nature. If Skittles are left to be consumed, people will eat them and people will continue to die. Even though everybody knows that you don't eat Skittles. And somebody will say, damn, I just had some Skittles. I don't feel funny. And somebody say, damn, you don't know? Yo, this nigga ate the Skittles. How you ain't know? You ain't never. It's the same way how somebody will say, yo, damn, you remember that scene from Boys in the Hood? And I can say, I never seen Boys in the Hood. Yo, you ain't never seen Boys in the Hood? It's the same kind of poison. The only thing is this: you're ingesting this poison, you're interpreting the other poison. It's still poison. You know what I'm saying? So these people are unaware that Boys in the Hood and these movies are just as much as a weapon that the toxic Skittles are. And we looking at these people like, wow, you never seen Boys in the Hood. Wow, you never seen this movie. You never seen that movie. You never ingested this poison. Wow, you need to get some of this poison. That's a good movie. So it's like,
I got
imagine
a
if we
question for you. I
suggested
got a question
toxic
for you.
Skittles to
Real
people.
quick. Do you think they're going to stop?
We suggest toxic
Wait a
Skittles.
minute. Do you think they're going to stop?
The same way that
Oh,
people will
whoa,
continue to die.
wait.
No,
You said
I
they're
answered the
not going to
question.
stop,
No,
right?
I don't. I don't.
So,
No.
what do niggas have to do now?
Niggas.
We have to work collectively
Wait,
together.
hold on.
You can't expect. I'm answering the question real quick.
Wait,
Let me
hold
answer
on.
this real quick.
Wait, hold on. Who's the niggas though? Because I'm a little confused by niggas. So are you universalizing all black people as niggas, or are we saying an action?
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because
Okay.
historically,
I'm okay with
So you
that.
saying,
wait a minute.
Malcolm
Can I
X.
talk? No,
I'm
the
okay
nigga
with
asked
that.
me a
Hold
question.
on.
I
Let
just
me
want,
ask
yo, I
you
just
one
want to
question.
flow. Wait a minute.
We saying
Everybody
Malcolm
cool
X
out.
the nigga,
Wait a
right?
minute. Everybody cool out. I want to flow through the
I'm okay with
conversation.
that
When you
terminology.
ask me something, I want to
Right.
answer it.
No, I just want to get a clarity. We saying
Okay.
Malcolm
I
X
want a
the
chance
nigga,
to
right?
do that.
Okay.
The word nigga is the most divine term that you can use to call another human being, man, woman, or child.
I
Right.
concur.
Period. That is
I concur.
scientific. It is 1,000,000 years old. It will
I can.
never change. We're not going to change it here on this fucking panel, and no one else is either.
Right.
It's
I concur.
etymology.
Wait.
The N
Hold
I
on.
and the
concur.
G together in a word
And
is
that might be
positive.
that might
It's
be
a word of
that
divinity.
might
There can't no dickheads come along in history
wait.
thousands of years
That might be
later and turn the word nigga
It's a
into something
military.
bad.
that
You
might
It's a
be
can't do
Kyle
it.
military.
Sandy.
What
That
happened?
might be
That's
Wait
a
a
Kyle
minute. I can't
military
Sandy,
hear
right?
you.
coup.
Wait
But
a
we're
minute. Slow
still
down.
going back to what
I
Kyle
can't
said is
hear you.
awareness,
Hold
right?
on.
Now, how is certain people aware of that?
Yo,
Like
what the
if you
fuck just
call a
happened,
nigga a
yo?
nigga, they ready to fight, right? Now you telling me that they in the wrong, right? Because they should allow themselves to be called something that uh also have history on it. You know, like niggas, the niggas got whips on their backs too. What about them? How they receive the word?
I
You
thought
know
I
what I'm
just
saying? I'm just
explained
saying,
that shit.
huh?
No, but see what what he's saying is that what you're saying right now is a little known fact. White people never cut on the nightly news and said breaking news. This that's in the word nigga is actually a good word. They never said that. You know that. That's a little known
Oh, okay.
fact.
The
No,
You
only
see what I'm
reason I
saying? It's
said
like,
that,
right.
wait a minute, wait. I want to back up a little bit. The
But when they
only
was
reason I
using
said
nigga while
that
they was putting a
is,
rope on
wait a
your
minute,
neck,
he
right?
cut
That
me off
shit wasn't
too.
godly, like.
Yo, y'all, the only reason I said that is because he asked me.
No,
exactly.
and
Now, how many people reserve information like that?
no,
So
no.
what does that do to the world when people reserve information that they know until they're asked? It makes the world fall apart at its
I'm
seams
coming
because
back.
withheld information hurts things. Period. If these people didn't tell the world that Skittles are toxic, people would be fucked up by toxic Skittles. So
Listen,
withholding information hurts people.
the
So
reality
the same way that people know that this word nigga is not a bad word, they withhold that information and they
it,
allow
it don't
this
matter. It
this
don't matter.
misinterpretation.
We're talking about
Look,
identity, right?
they allow this. This
We
proves what I'm saying. This
we talk
allow this.
Khaled, we talking about a simple identity, right? We saying that okay, niggas, right? The niggas was a tribe. We all know that shit. Not just in Africa, but in India too, they had the niggas tribe.
Right,
And
right,
motherfuckers was legendary. That's true indeed. Hats
right,
off. Give it to
right.
them. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying today is how do you recollect that to somebody who's getting ropes tied around their neck being called a nigger? You know what I'm saying? Like a nigger.
Because it's a military. Because it's a military coup. You take the word of you look at any military history shit. You
We
take
we
the
already
tongue
took
of
we
the
already
people.
took the word nigga back. We did it decades
No,
ago.
but
It's
what I'm
The
ours
tongue
now.
of the
It's
what I
people.
ours.
Now
mean is this.
look. You take the tongue of the
Everybody not
people
part of that
and you
tribe, though. I might be a separate.
demonize
Don't
that.
call me a
Just like a
nigga.
maroon.
If I'm a
The
Zulu,
word
call me a
maroon.
Y'all, I
Zulu.
can't
Don't
hear
call
y'all.
me a nigga.
Just
You
like
know
the
what I'm
word
saying? We're
maroon.
talking about tribalism. Now you just lumped up every black person as being a nigga tribe. Nah, some of us are Ashanti, some of us are Yahurus and Quayos and some of us just belong to a different tribe than
But
be
I
lumped up
mean,
as
and
one of the
that's
tribes.
cool. Like I think to call somebody a good word like a nigga is not to demonize whatever tribe they from. You know what I'm saying? Now these people use this in a militarized way. They demonize the word and the tongue of the people. This is why black people don't speak their own language. They don't speak languages they used to speak, and they don't use the name of that they used to
So
carry. You can
I get
look at any
I,
military, situations from history. That's what they did to people.
listen,
Even with the Maroons, when
listen,
when when you had the when you had the Jamaican, you had the Jamaican soldiers that were called the Maroons. They
this
took
sister,
that and
this
made that a bad word.
Buffalo,
So
right?
now,
This
so
sister
now a
here in
Maroon is
Buffalo.
a dumb person.
I got a sister here in Buffalo who tattooed a swastika right in the middle of her fucking forehead. Now we all
Right.
know African symbol, but she gonna go her life explaining that shit. She gonna go
Exactly.
her
And that's
whole
but that's
life.
but and that's what I and this
And she's
is
gonna
explained.
educate thousands of people in her
But
life.
look, this is exactly
Hey,
what I'm saying. Well, this is exactly what I'm saying about withholding
education
information.
is dangerous. They can say
This
fuck that man.
information these little known
Ah,
facts that people know and share. What happens to people when they share information that is not known to the public? They face scrutiny. So people accept falsehoods and they combat truths because of the withholding of information. If what's true was true, was allowed to just be true, we wouldn't be having this discussion. These things would not be they wouldn't be obscure. They wouldn't be offensive to anybody. But because of the withholding of information, the hiding of truth, the tricks that they lay out for us, this is why we're having this very conversation. And that's what I was trying to point out the whole time. That's all I was
Yo,
trying to
can y'all
point
see
out.
my
oh,
screen? This is
what,
London on fire.
Now, look. I wanted to
Look,
say this.
look,
Oh, now
y'all.
I wanted to say in reference to the Aquarius situation We were talking about the age of Aquarius. Now, I find quite interesting that at the Hoover Dam, one of the things that's depicted is the age of Aquarius at the Hoover Dam. So is it a coincidence that at the Hoover Dam, the age of Aquarius is depicted, and in the age of Aquarius, there's an explosion at the Hoover Dam? Is that a coincidence? You don't
Well, if
find
you
that
want to study it, the Hoover Dam has had damage before through the years, so you can look all that stuff up and maybe do some
Yeah, there
homework
could be
on
some planetary alignment connection. You know, I'm kind of interested in looking at the planetary alignments for the day. You know what I'm saying? You know, what does this mean for Aquarius energy? You know, if we have some sages or some people who got some Aquarius moon signs or people who do tarot cards, you know, they might give us some further insight, you know, or further, you know, scope on that. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, there's a
But
chick's channel that I follow. She's into that. I can't remember her name. Shit.
I
She ain't did
wouldn't
a
be
video in a
surprised. I
while.
wouldn't be surprised if Aquarius, you know, tarot cards of Aquarius, you know, had something to say today. You know, I think I got this. I got an Astro Matrix app on my phone, but I can't. I would have to come out of my screen to open it up. So
We
I ain't
need
even.
Bran Stark, yo.
I can't even fuck with it right
That's the
now.
bottom line. We need the three-eyed raven, my nigga.
But I do got some pictures. I do got some pictures of the Hoover Dam that I wanted to throw up that, you know, we can go over and shit if y'all want to fuck with that. You know what I'm saying?
Recent
we
from the
can.
fire?
No, they're not recent from the. It's just different pictures. But I'm gonna see if I can get some recent pictures too.
Yo,
Well, you know.
Europe is on fire, my nigga. Europe is on fire. These
So
some
what
crazy
particular
times we live in.
what particular part are we looking at here that's on fire?
I know absolute fact, the Netherlands.
Man.
The UK, I
What's in
mean.
the
Well, that's
Netherlands?
all the same
There's
shit.
something in the Netherlands. It's something up there. What's in the Netherlands? Stonehenge? Ain't Stonehenge? No, that's in Britain. Where is it? Where is the Netherlands?
Well, there's
Where's
it's
Stonehenge?
all they're all neighbored. They're
I'm about
neighboring
to ask,
countries
I'm
in the
about to ask
Netherlands.
Siri
Great
that.
Britain, Portugal, and all that mess.
Where's Siri? We ask Siri not to ask.
Wales.
Ask the jerk. I'm gonna jerk my
I was
shout
reading an
out,
article that had the
shout out to everybody
record.
who got an iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Huh?
I ain't trying to shit on nobody. You know, it's all good. Ain't no beef. All right. Where is Stonehenge at?
Okay, here's what I found.
Oh my God. I don't even know why I asked this that shit. Whatever. You know what I mean?
I hate that shit.
They ain't even tell me. Now, if I use the Apple, the Google phone, it would have told me right where it was at. Now, let me try this one right here. Drop it, man. I can't look at this shit. Where is Stonehenge at? Same shit. I guess they don't. Where is this at? All right, so it's in Wiltshire, England. So shout out to people that got Apple that that would have to take extra time to pull that stat up. You know what I'm saying? But it's in Wiltshire, England. You know, according to my Google phone that works faster than this trashy iPhone. But what's that? Where is that? Where is that? No, you said it was the fire. Where at? In England? Did you say it was in England?
I can't remember. There's a couple fires going on. I read the story earlier. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. They're not calling them forest fires. They're calling it something else.
Let me see if I can pull up some of these images from. I like using DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo, just for the shout out to the researchers out there. If you're researching shit, I prefer to use DuckDuckGo because Google, they be just doing whatever they want. Recently, they took off something out of their search engine called mass formation psychosis, and I encourage everybody to look up that, to keep that in the search engine. You know what I'm saying? Mass formation psychosis, But they try to take that out of there, the definition of that. You know what I mean?
Yo, this is getting aggravating, yo. Every article I pull up about these fires is talking about fucking climate change. I'm so tired of that.
Because that's the that. Like, but
anyway.
look, that's That's what we do. We catching these people in their tricks. You know, that's the trick that they trying to pull. They, now look, you seeing this live, and you seeing this live right now. You're searching up, this fire, and they keep telling you about global warming because that's the narrative that they want to push. Because that's what they're gonna say. This is responsible for. They're gonna say, oh, see, we got to do more about global warming because, and these are some of the things that were talked about on the Georgia Guidestones.
Why'd your
It's
voice
not.
get lower?
I'm not sure, but these are some of the things that's talked about on the Georgia Guidestones. I'm trying to get my headphones a minute longer, but bear with me. But the Georgia Guidestones are not just about reducing the Earth population. It's about bringing up the sovereignty of the Earth and having more respect for the Earth. So making the Earth more sovereign that a rock or a boulder has just as much value as a human life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this really thing is depicting. So one of the ways to do that is through global warming, where we gotta have more. Now I'm not opposed to having more respect for the environment, but a lot of these things that they're saying that are happening are not actually from global warming. It's from them actually doing things like playing with satellites that can move tectonic plates, that can dry up rivers, that can turn hurricanes on, and all kind of things. Satellites that do things way up in the ionosphere. You know what I mean? But of course, they already confirmed that they have this technology. It's not something that I'm just shooting from the hip from. They confirmed this technology. The scientists that they want us to love, the Japanese bull with the silver hair, he was on TV talking about how they got the technology to do that. You know what I'm saying? How they can make it rain when they want and all that. So this is
Yeah.
not no fake. This is real shit. They can control the weather. And one of the other things in the document that I have, it talks about being able to manipulate, like I said earlier, being able to manipulate the mental state of people, changing their mood. You know what I'm saying? Having people to be sad or even feel suicidal. Now, like I said, remember that movie, The Happening, where they showed the cloud coming in, and as the cloud came in, these people just got suicidal, start acting crazy, wanted to kill themselves or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And nobody knew what it was. And you had one scene that alluded to what it could be, where a person said, "Don't let that gas in my house." You know what I'm saying? Now, in another deeper sense, gas can be viewed as a spirit. You know what I'm saying? So, let that bake in your noodle real quick. I haven't used that phrase in a while. Let that bake in your noodle real quick. You know what I mean? But a gas can be viewed as a spirit. Doctor Sleep. Have you ever seen that movie, Doctor Sleep? A lot of these movies. We had a segment called "Movies of Rituals." Where I break down the science in a lot of these movies, and we're going to be moving into doing that. Um, Possibly with a program called 27. Shout out to the people that make 27. I don't know who they are, but hopefully, if this gets across their desk, give me a check. It's greatly appreciated. But we're gonna have some watch parties and some streams. Compliments of 27. Maybe we might rebroadcast the live stream. We'll do a rebroadcast because as far as I know right now, they don't have a live stream capability, but we will be able to review, YouTube videos, Vimeo, Hulu, Netflix videos, personal archive videos, from people's personal PCs. That's the kicker. But we'll be getting into that. So you know, uh, let us know if that's something that if that'll tickle your fancy. Smash that like button. Like and subscribe. Share the video. Share if you care. Donate if you don't hate. Because we need the funds to keep rolling and keep these programs rolling. You know what I'm saying? Because we come out of our pocket to present knowledge to you. A lot of people require you to give them money so they can give you knowledge, but we actually go in our pocket and spend our own money to provide information services, state of the art technology, things of that nature. Computer graphics. We really get in our bag to provide a service for y'all. So, a donation would greatly be appreciated. But I'm not going to lie to you and say, um, I can't do this unless you give me some money. I'm going to find a way to keep doing this. But, if you appreciate what we do, donations are definitely appreciated. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, I'm not above, asking for help from my peers and my contemporaries. You know what I'm saying? So, if even if you don't feel like or you don't have the funds, just sharing the video, liking, subscribing, you know, yeah, promoting, what we doing over here. You know what I'm saying? On all of our respective platforms. Whatever platform you're watching this on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Share it with a friend. Take a soundbite from it. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that'd be greatly appreciated. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, the fires are in France and Spain so far. They're having real problems over there though. People are dying in the fires. People are dying from heat exhaustion. They got something going on in Liberia. I mean, when you got Africans complaining about heat, that's serious. I ain't never
Right.
heard the African continent complain about heat in my life. Ever.
So I got a still shot picture of this explosion in the Hoover Dam.
I got one
Um,
too.
I'm gonna see if I can get a video, maybe, because they got security footage out there. So, it should be one. You know what I'm saying? Respects to YouTube. We can play that without getting in trouble and shit. You know what I mean?
Sounds like the wind is blowing.
Yeah, that's that. I got that AC on.
It's drowning out your voice.
I'm trying to turn it down. It's a little cooler now.
You got to hear how that
Makes
sounds. It sounds crazy. It
No,
sounds
I
like your
don't.
windows are down and you're on an expressway.
Well, sometimes I am, but for me to keep my phone cool and without it being overheating and doing all of that, like it's just like you in a computer lab and shit. Your computer lab, they got the AC going. They make sure that all the computers is cool. They don't overheat
No, my
because
AC
nobody
is
can
off. It's
afford.
hot as shit in here. If I had the
Yeah,
AC
nobody
on, you
can
would hear
afford
it.
for the router.
You hear
Nobody
me?
can afford for say what?
I got to turn the AC off because you'll hear it over me. So I got to keep it off and just deal with the heat in here.
Oh yeah, but computers can't. They can't be hot. They'll break down when they get hot.
Yeah, you got. I
So
mean,
you always gotta consider that. You don't want your shit to be too hot because that should start to you know make your shit start to fail. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like you go to like if you go to Facebook server room right now, I guarantee you they got the AC on in that joint because all them they can't afford for them servers to go to get hot and go down and shit. You know what I'm saying? People got to do selfies and get their flex on and shit. This $1 billion shit, man. Like, you know what I'm
yo, I'm
saying?
doing a joint on Hunter
YouTube,
Biden tonight.
they got people eating steak and shit on YouTube and shit. They
Did you
they
hear me?
gotta. You said what?
I'm doing a joint on Hunter Biden tonight. It's a lot of stuff coming out about that.
Well, I mean, the news has been doing stuff on Hunter Biden, and I want to say that a lot of that stuff that has been coming out since 2018 from people like Young Pharaoh and myself, I know a lot of stuff I didn't put out actually. I I played with here and there, you know what I'm saying, like in a sagacious kind of way, but not really like straightforward. But I always felt that it was that somebody could get in trouble behind shit like that because there was a lot of personal things on there, and I'm like, well, I never wanted to post any of that kind of stuff because I didn't want to get in trouble or sued or fined for having videos of somebody's personal situations, all up online or whatever. But Fox News now is doing this shit, so it's like, hey, like I guess the gloves are off. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing that I understand about this whole YouTube thing with in news is that the news networks, like, they can, like, more or less post whatever they want. We the ones who get fined and kicked offline and shit. But the news can post a snuff video. They can post a naked Hunter Biden video, all of those kind of things. So, hey, shit, if I snatch a video from off of Fox where they going in on Hunter Biden, please don't find me. Please
They
don't
say he's
flag
on
me.
there with underage girls, yo.
I'm just making a disclaimer to YouTube right now. Please don't flag me if I take a Fox News video, Hunter Biden going in and doing something crazy, because it's Fox News video, and I'm just sharing it under the copyright law.
No, the Hunter Biden stuff is already all over YouTube.
Yeah,
It's
but
all
I'm just saying, I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy in these people. I'm that's my attempt at levity. I'm just joking. You know what I'm saying? But these people are ridiculous in what they do, because me and you both, we got flags on our accounts and shit for
for the
some
same
dumb shit.
goddamn video.
Yeah, we didn't even do.
And it
Crazy.
was lightweight too. It wasn't even nothing. It's
It's
crazy,
insane.
man. I
It's
wouldn't be
insane.
surprised if they sting this one. My man said some crazy shit on here. Hey, look at Golden Goddess up in the building. She checked in for a minute.
Who said something crazy? I ain't even know somebody said something crazy.
The other boy that was on with us.
Oh, Shango. Shout out to Shango.
He go hard.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he holding things down up in Buffalo. You know what I'm
You gotta
saying?
break
So
down the YouTube rules to him.
he got to go hard where he at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can't like get your channel removed.
Oh yeah.
He used a racial slur. That's crazy.
A slur. That's a funny word.
Cause you notice that the boy said he don't use them words anymore.
Yeah.
So my man, whew, he must not
Well,
know.
I hope that people don't think that that was used in an incendiary way,
Shit.
to hurt anybody's feelings, and
Shit.
that's the attempt at what they call it, political correctness. You know,
Incendiary. That
the
comment
the
was
the
Dracarys, dog.
the, the,
That
the,
shit was crazy.
the views of our reporter might not be in line with the news network. All that fancy jargon.
Yo, let's shut this joint down, man. I gotta turn this fucking air conditioner on. I'm dying
All
in
right,
this joint.
real quick, let me run up this slide
Oh,
real
yeah, that's
quick.
right. You gotta. Let me see what you
Now,
got.
I want to go put up this slide about the explosion shit. Hold on.
Yeah, that's new news and shit. The other networks didn't even have it when I
I
told
think I
y'all
got a
about it. They
video
got
clip.
it now, though. Huh?
I think I got a video clip as well. Yeah, I do. So I got a little video clip too. So here we go. So this is the explosion right there. That they saying it just happened at the Hoover Dam. So I'm assuming this happened today. Now that's a very strategic spot right there. That's where I know that's where a lot of little symbolism and stuff that they got right there. And like I said, like this is happening in the age of Aquarius. Okay, hold up, I got a little echo right here. Hold on.
That's not the dam itself either. That's like where they
No,
control everything. That's where the offices and stuff
that's
probably
like
are.
where the
Or
statues and shit
it might
at.
be some turbines down there because I think they have water turbines that generate electricity for the cities, something like that.
Yeah. Hold up.
Maybe that's where the
Somebody keep
turbines
it
are,
okay.
or whatever they call that shit.
So I snatched this video for investigative purposes only. You know what I mean? This video is not to be used or infringed on in any financial way. I'm not using this it's only for educational purposes only. So I'm gonna load this video into the chamber real quick, and
Abu
then I'm gonna go
7,
over some still
we
shot
have a
images.
situation at the Hoover Dam
We'll be
where there
looking
has
at.
been
Shout
a
out to
small
Stabu
explosion,
7.
and it's been caught on video. You can see right here in this clip. This is B&O News
Wow.
Shout out to
sharing this
Stabu
on
7,
Twitter.
man.
They say the cause is unknown. The people in the video clip are just kind of shocked, wondering what just happened. So as of right now, we don't know what caused this, but it is down here in one of these regions connected to where all the electrical components are here at the dam. Again, this is a small explosion and a fire at Hoover Dam. The cause unknown. I will continue to update with information as I get more on this. Follow me on Twitter and hit me up dapu7@yahoo.com if you've got
Yo, check
anything
this out,
related
right?
to this here.
If you
Double
look at
seven.
that plume,
Links
hold on a
below.
second.
Hit that
If you
subscribe
look at
button
that
for
plume of
more.
smoke, right? It hasn't risen high yet. It hasn't gone up to the clouds and into the sky yet, right?
Right.
So at the time that this video is being taken, that explosion just happened.
Yep.
That nigga with that camera did not hear that explosion and get his camera out fast enough to. He must have been already recording, because you got to figure if there's like a
Yeah.
bridge or something right there where
Yeah.
there's
His
people and
video.
stuff,
Yeah.
they
I
got
bet
their
you that.
cameras out. But there has to be like a come on, man.
Yeah.
There has
Now
to be cameras
I'm willing
down
to
there
bet.
too. There's
I'm
cameras
willing.
down there. Wherever's down there, there's cameras there.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet that that guy's video was way longer than what we saw.
And I bet you he has it from the beginning of the explosion too. Like
Right.
before it happened and then you see it.
Right.
His is like as the fireball is happening, you know what I mean? He's right there on it.
So I'm gonna just run through. You know, we're gonna wrap this up, but I'm gonna just throw up some screenshots. What's down? Some of the symbolism that's down here at this dam.
Yeah.
You know, you know, if something you remind you of something or point it out, you know, you can point it out. If you see something that look, you know, suspect, you know, you can type it in the description or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But let's look at some of these things. You know, what is we looking at right here? You know, I listen. There's a lot of symbolism here. You know, not quite sure what that means. I see some stars up there. You know, that's something to further investigate. So I'm gonna run through this. You know, we got a couple. Not it's not a lengthy slide. Just a couple videos, couple pictures that kind of give you a sense of, you know, of this place and some of the symbolism that they play with down here. You know, you see we got the Virgo John right there. So there's a they have the zodiac wheel down here, basically. You know, Hoover Dam. Look at the symbolism right here. 1931, 1935. So how many years ago was that? So from
Long
now,
time.
that's almost 100 years.
91?
Not quite, but almost 100 years.
91 years from 1931? Something like that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Maybe that could mean something. Who knows? That'll come out later. We'll see. You know, look at these two angels here. You know what I'm saying? Now, is this where this shit blew up at? Who knows? I don't know.
No, it's
But
not there.
a lot of this symbolism is along the strip. You know, I can't really make out what that says right there. Yeah, I can't make that shit out at all. But you know, this is a homework assignment right here, something to investigate for, you know, anybody who's interested in these kind of things. But you know, explosion at the Hoover Dam, you know what I'm saying? Very symbolic place. You know, powers that shouldn't be, you know, doing some things down here. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, you know, we know who symbolism these are. So what is that insignia that says that down there? What is that? Mill sign.
It's
Mill
Latin,
sign your
whatever it
mind.
is. Oh, it's always in Latin or something.
Colorado. Is that like a Roman right there? You know, some of these symbols. I got a book on symbols. You know, I'm gonna have to cross-reference some of these symbols and look at them to get a broader scope of what we'll be looking at here.
I can't tell, but I think I see a winged sun disk in the middle of that circle,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some type of animal underneath it.
Look like it could be a wolf, maybe. Are those two bears? Is this like a bear that's holding this
And the
crescent?
person in the picture is not a soldier. Is somebody who's royal. That's not armor that they're wearing. That's like a royal thing, with the hat and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it looked like they got a spear in their hand too, like
Maybe
a
not a
staff or
spear.
something.
Maybe a what they call that shit, scepter or something. It's like the queen
Yeah.
has. It's not a spear. It's not a weapon. He's not wearing armor. That's not armor, yo. That's like royal garb. See how long it is, and it comes down to the ground.
Yeah.
So that's like whoever that is highborn.
Maybe he could be like a general. Maybe he could be like a high-ranking general or something.
That ain't no squire, yo. That might be a king.
So this is an overhead view we'll be looking at here. So this is a Google Earth picture.
That's engineering, man.
Now this happened all the way down on the strip on the side though, on that right-hand side where it's kind of dark at. That's actually where the explosion happened at. So the explosion didn't happen where it's holding the water back. Most people would hear that and be like, "Oh shit, the explosion at the Hoover Dam! Is the water going to break through?" But it didn't happen on where the water is being held back. It happened down on that side, on the right-hand side, where it's like more darker than that, right there. So this is the age of Aquarius, And again, they have the zodiac wheel down here, so they do have all of the different zodiac characters on the wheel down there. But I did think about the significance of Aquarius, the water bearer, and the dam and shit. So, I think there might be some more insignia or more things that would allude to a motif of Aquarius. I don't know. I had something I had to further investigate, but just a theory.
When they put the fire out.
Now look at this right here.
Yeah. Oh, a transformer caught fire. So a transformer caught fire.
Look, and Hoover Dam figurative birth. Look at the picture. Look, the figurative birth of the New World Order Neo race, water breaking, future mother, about to give birth, vagina and legs. So that's again, this is a homework assignment, something to think about. This is new to me also. So I ain't gonna act like I know exactly what I'm looking at here. You know what I'm saying? I would have believed that's just inside the dam.
That's one of the turbines I was talking about. Like the water spins them shits and they generate electricity for the cities.
Right. So hopefully none of these have been damaged because I think that would be a problem.
No, the fire was on a transformer. They put it out. Nobody got hurt. The place is still operating. It's nothing. So far.
This is some old pictures right here. I guess this is when they first start doing this shit. Man, you gotta tip your hat to this kind of engineering. Like these people held back water. Like what the fuck? How do you do that?
Well, we all know where people learned how to build dams.
Right.
They said there's no risk to the power grid. Power is still being generated.
Look at this right here. Look at this symbolism right here. Very deep shit that they got down here.
Yeah, that's crazy
so,
right there. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Right, we're cutting through the matrix.
Are these feathers right here?
Like somebody's
wings?
Possibly, that's what it looks like.
They look like feathers.
Almost look like Jesus right there.
And this nigga underneath them looks like an executioner or the Night King or somebody. Or fucking, what's that guy's name? Joffrey's headsman? Sir Ilan Payne?
Like he sacrificing himself.
That motherfucker look like Sir Ilan Payne. Scam like we hit me all day.
So, something to consider. The water bearer, the age of Aquarius, the Hoover Dam.
Why these niggas always gotta be naked, man?
That'll be on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm saying?
Something, yo. You know the circle that you pass on the way from walking down the parkway to get to the museum. You pass that circle and there's no sidewalk. It's sand around it like a beach. And it'd be hundreds of kids playing in that giant fountain right there. You know what I'm talking about, right? You ever look at those statues? You're muted. You're muted. Yo, you're muted.
I don't know how I got muted. That's crazy.
That happened to me earlier. Yeah, but in that fountain, there's two giant statues of two naked men. And all these kids being there playing, it's sad because oh man, I don't even want to talk about it. They be climbing all on the statues, man. That shit just looks sick.
Yo, man, but you know that's the kind of tricks they be having us on, man.
It's fucked up,
You
man.
know, that's what it is, man. You know, we're gonna wrap this shit up though. Ashe, peace and benedictions, man. You know, only you can prevent cognitive dissonance, man. You know, it's better to know something than to believe it. Truth is undefeated, man. That's all I got.
All right, I'll holler at you.
We out.